2, 1,
Hey!
and we're live! Hello, everyone, and thank you for watching the INVICTUS stream. My name is Justin James, and I am here with my highly intelligent friend, Christopher.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for hanging on for us.
My charming and enthusiastic friend, Alex.
Hello!
And my wise and sage friend, Michael. And we are here tonight a little late, unfortunately. There's a big storm that hit where Brandy Jack is living right now, and it was iron wind, I understand. I think that was the problem.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So Harlan will take a look outside and everything will be changed, but hopefully his internet comes back up. That's what I am hoping for mostly.
It's weird how that iron wind seems to target the internet, of all things.
And
It
this
doesn't
one has a
affect anything
specific
else.
name.
Say that again?
This one has a specific name. It's called Bell.
Bell. Mm.
The iron wind bell.
The iron wind sweeps through your town and changes your service from Bell to Rogers.
No!
Oh no.
Alrighty.
All right, well, we're going to get started since we started so late. We're just going to jump right into it. Well, you know what? We've got the poll, so let's do the poll quickly, and then we'll jump right into it. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so
And we're all going to cast our votes now?
everybody cast your votes now. I'm going to bring up the page, and I'm going to refresh it in less than 30 seconds. So if you haven't voted yet, now is the time to vote. All right, so let's look at this.
I've cast my vote.
Okay, I've cast mine.
Ballots are in.
All right, I am going to refresh in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is... All right, so... Yes, we didn't have a drum roll.
Where's our thing? Where's our effects?
Oh no! Everything is slow today.
The winner today is...
There we go.
We have two winners, actually. We have the Drill Shaker by Gabe Ruiz.
Oh, cool.
And we also have the Eye of the Iron Cat by Bob Lyle. So, Gabe,
really?
Bob, you guys are going to be earning 4 experience each.
Nice.
Yeah, good old XP. We have in second place Snakes on a Plane by Hans Ziegler.
Nice.
And in third place we have The Pickaxe of Massive Expectations by Yannick Goossens, as well as The Tooth of Wisdom by Aisha Lyle. So,
Wow.
how about a big round of applause for everybody you guys
All right.
and we will get that set up. So, without further ado, why don't we jump into the game with a bit of a recap. Alex, do you want to field what happened last time?
Yes. So basically where we left off, and I think it's better to go in a memento version here, I'll start with what the last thing that happened was that we were all bagged and captured by an unknown group. I think Brandy Jack was telling me today that he knows who they are, but I was unaware. Is it popular knowledge? Everybody knows who bagged us?
I think the people, Brandy Jack remained conscious enough to see the assailants, and other than that, you guys are unconscious, so you don't know.
Okay, well, here's the basic. We're in Kai. We're looking for a piece of big shard that is powerful enough to power Geomkitrix laser. The laser.
The laser.
Is that right? It's the laser.
Let's call it a ray emitter.
Array emitter. Sorry. In layman's terms, it's the laser. So we're looking for a big piece of shard, which is the mineral that Kai, the town of Kai, they mine for this type of mineral. And did I miss any really big key points here?
No, and it's good that you did this recap because I totally forgot about getting captured.
Well, I think a big key point is that Theric nearly died escaping from the Iron Wind.
Right.
And was operated on. In addition to that, we should talk about the fact that you had been given direction by Jerome Kittrick to talk to Kent Rockford.
Right.
And, among other people, you were successful in reaching also Morrow Etzley, who was kind of in charge of payment for the miners, and Kent Rockford is kind of on behalf of the miners trying to make sure that they're looked after properly. Brandy Jack was successful in averting a riot that he started, among other things. And there's a lot of interesting role-playing that went on last time, so check it out if you haven't seen it yet.
It was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we know where we are, can we say that Brandy Jack is unconscious for the time being?
Well, if you'd like me to begin, we can begin.
I think it's up to you guys, yeah? I think we should.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So flickering in and out of consciousness, your head is splitting headache. It is not a comfortable state that you have been in. It is almost a forced sleep, and it's against your will. Your consciousness is striving to reach a surface, like you're drowning in your mind. And every so often you get these bits of light that filter in, and you hear things. And at one point, Shaz, you notice that you can hear talking going on. And you hear a man's voice say, "Chloris, you think this will work?" And a woman's voice responds and says, "I don't know. The way I see it, either way, the boss is going to get what he needs. We're not going to start with him, obviously, but hopefully by the time we get through the others, we'll fix all the bugs out. And, we might lose a few, but I think it'll work." The gentleman continues and goes, "So, is it ready yet?" You go back unconscious. Pivot. Slowly you start getting some consciousness to you, and you realize that you're bound. It's not by rope, but you can't move your arms. It's a cool sensation going across your chest and your ankles and your wrists. A cool electric feeling going through you. You can feel the hairs on your arms and your muscles pulsing slightly, and you hear machinery going on around you. And then you pass back out. And Theric, your newfound arms and things, you feel someone tugging on them and other machinery, metal clinking together, and you go back unconscious. Not too much longer, you start waking up, everyone together, and you realize that you are sitting in a more or less cart that is moving slowly forward. And as you start seeing around, your consciousness keeps slowly coming back to you. You notice that straight ahead of you is this ringed, I guess, portal, as it were, and your cart is slowly moving towards it, and you see these automatons working on the carts in front of you, and you see you're about to go into this big contraption before the portal, and there's two people, a man and a woman, looking at you guys.
So we're all awake now?
You're all conscious, slowly waking up, groggy, head splitting, but you're conscious. And you hear the man speak and says, "Look, Chloris, they're waking up. It's good. We can continue the procedure now."
So I immediately sit up. I assume we're lying down. I immediately sit up, and I say, "What are you doing? What bugs are you working out?"
They ignore you. And the girl, she walks over in front of you where there's this kind of machine going over top of the cart in front of you, sprays the cart with this liquid, the vapor, and the cart slowly moves forward, and you're moving closer and closer to this liquid.
Well,
How bound are we?
Well, hey, look who it is. And
it is.
Hey! And he comes
Brandy Jack.
conscious.
Yeah, Brandy Jack, who is Justin James.
Uh-oh.
That's great.
You got an overlay.
Change your overlay, Harlan.
Oh,
That's
shit.
that is a sneak peek. That is a sneak peek.
I don't know why it's up.
That's so funny.
Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
Easter egg, Easter egg.
Oh. Woo, that was close. Okay.
All right.
I'll be right back.
He's going to switch accounts. And I got to switch my speakers. All right. What did I miss? Everything exciting, I'm assuming?
So Brandy Jack is the last to wake consciously. He was one of the last people to go under, and he was hit doubly hard. And so his head is splitting, and he wakes up, he sits up, sees everybody else is awake, his hair is a mess, and there's a little bit of blood dripping down from his nose. And he looks around, and he sees the same thing that everyone else has seen, that there are these carts, and there's carts in front of you. Kent Rockford is actually sitting up in the cart furthest forward, and in front of him is this machine that keeps spraying this vapor on the carts as they're going through. Proceeding, at the end, there's that big arch-shaped portal that's coming up, and it looks like the carts are going through the portal one by one.
Now, is Kent, is he bound as well?
He is, and looking down at what is binding you, it's these beams of light that go across your chest, and your wrists, and your ankles. And it's just energy that's binding you.
And struggling, no chance of getting it free, or?
There's always a chance.
Yep.
You can give it a try.
Yeah, let's give it a try.
And Justin's back. Yeah.
Obviously, I would apply some effort into it as well.
Okay.
But that's about all I got.
Okay, so let's go ahead and make a roll. So you're going to do 1 point of effort now. Are you
Yes.
you're using your edge, so you're just going down by 2 points?
That is correct, yes.
Excellent.
You slept.
So after all this groaning and trying to wriggle free, you find yourself unable to break the bond. You think that there is some sort of external source that's powering these devices. It's not just a physical attribute that's making it work. And looking around the room, you do notice that there is what looks to be a power conduit there that they are working on.
I would like to make a couple observations. Kind of look around.
Absolutely.
I assume what is happening after the thing in front of us is getting sprayed with the vapor. What's happening to it?
Okay, let's do a intellect roll.
Okay.
See if you can understand the machinery.
I'm not going to add anything right now. I'm just observing, and I'd fail, obviously.
You have no idea. It seems to spray it. You don't know what it's doing. It's just some sort of processing that they're doing prior to going through the portal.
Okay.
So do we know anything? Did the people say anything in regards to why we might be here?
Again, when you guys were unconscious, Brandy Jack, the last thing you heard before you went unconscious was that the boss said, or the guy said, the boss will be happy we found him finally.
Okay. And I assume I would mention that to everybody. Hey,
Absolutely.
it's just fucking... Actually, you know what? I wouldn't. I would look at Pivot, and I would kind of be like...
Am I conscious?
Yeah, everyone's conscious. And before we start swearing, because the shit's going down,
Oh.
maybe do a disclaimer.
This is an
Yes.
18+ show.
Yes, this isn't it. Because I didn't get to do my regular intro, I don't know what was said, but we will say that 18 plus is, of course, this show, like all of our shows. So please, if you don't like swearing, who cares? Because
Who doesn't like swearing?
That's what I'm saying. Swearing makes half the person. It makes you a better person. Swearing makes you a better person. Your Uncle Harlan said that. Go to your parents and say that. It's totally legit.
It's like vitamins, really.
It really is. And just because I don't know what happened, I know that they said the poll was done, and I'm really excited about the winner. Good job, guys. But I did want to mention really quick, I'm not sure if you guys did mention, but Ray Maya, did you guys mention him? Ray Maya's picture today was fantastic.
No.
And I really want to do a quick shout out to anyone who supports us by sending us fan art and things like that. Ray Maya, it was an awesome picture of the jackdaws, and it inspired me to write a little bit. That I wrote a little intro of what Brandy Jack might be experiencing with the jackdaws when he ends up seeing them. And one last thing I want to say really, really quick, because I'm not sure if these guys mentioned, next week we are not doing Numenera. Next week, instead of Numenera, we're going to be running the End of the World. So, Just want to give you guys a heads up because I am going to remind at the end of the show, but I know a lot of your time zones, you guys end up going to bed early and you might not see the end, and I just want you not to get your hopes up. So that's it for me. Sorry, we'll go right back into the game.
Okay. So again, everyone's conscious. You feel the cart moving one forward, and you see one of the carts with piles of rubble and different things in it move through the gateway and disappear on the other side. Can I have, we're going to say, Pivot, you're the furthest one back. Okay. Next in order is Brandy Jack, then Shaz, Theric, and then finally we have Kent Rockford, who's in the front, and he's the next to actually go through the sprayer. So, Theric, can you do the roll, being that you're closest to the front, to do a check? Just a spot check.
Yeah, so just 1d20 and rolling.
Yep.
And do I have anything? I do not. All I have to say is the thing that I'm glad about going through the spray is at least this time Brandy Jack isn't going in dry.
I like going in dry.
All right.
That gives me pleasure.
I see nothing because I am so busy struggling.
That's right.
My bonds.
You're trying your best to get out and rocking back and forth. So I'm going to let you guys do 2 more actions, and that in that time, Rockford is going to be hit with the spray. We don't know what's going to happen, but that is going to happen. So, who would like to take the next action?
I want to take a look at my shackles. How am I shackled in?
Again, just like everybody else, you have these. It looks like you have cuffs between your wrists with a band of energy, a red beam that goes across, and you can see it shuddering as it's going, and you have the same beams that are going across your chest and your ankles.
Beams can't stop us.
So we could move off of the conveyor belt.
You are in like mining carts, each in their own individual mining cart. Sorry, there's a lot of description for this place, and I might have missed a few things.
Might be good to have a picture.
So work on
you for Alex's crude drawing of the week.
So we are sitting in mining carts going towards this thing that's going to rip us apart, or the spray.
So first, okay. Again, so we're going to look at it, just a total view again. At the end, there is a energy force field, very similar to an archway, so that you're going to go, exactly like Stargate, exactly. Okay. And before that, there is a contraption that goes over top of where the carts are going through, and it's spraying whatever's in the cart.
Like a touchless car wash.
Exactly.
Okay. And you don't like anything with touchless in the title.
The 2 people there that we heard talking are working on this thing.
But we don't know if it's bad?
You don't know what it does. You know that they've made this. It looks different from all the other contraptions. It looks a lot newer.
It's probably like a boost spree to give us energy.
They knocked us out, and they have us captive.
Okay, so we're assuming that it's
a portal. So again, even if that's to help us, we probably don't want to go into the portal.
All right. Then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take initiative first because I have something called escape. That's right. Brandy Jack has many skills. A lot of them are charming and charismatic skills. The one thing I picked that did not have anything to do, because I got one option, was escaping. So I am thanking myself for picking escaping right now because it's a broad term that's going to come a lot in handy as we try to escape this place. I'm guessing. So I'm going to use escape in whatever capacity our generous and sexy GM will let us. Although I have better words than sexy. A friend gave me the Storyteller's Thesaurus for my birthday, and I have a few queued up just in case. So I can definitely go with our absorbing GM, our adorable GM, our alluring GM.
Oh, I like alluring.
Oh.
I'm just going alphabetically, so you'll get there. There he is. The lip bite is what does it.
Nice.
So I'm going to do an escape roll on my shackles and see if that works. Does that work?
I don't know. We'll see.
Let's find out. So I'm assuming that would lower it by 1 tier.
That's what you're trying to go against. You're trying to go against your shackles. You're going to stay in the cart, but you're just trying to get rid of the shackles.
Well, escaping is such a broad term. It could
I know. We need to focus it. You got to figure out what exactly you're going to do. I'm not just going to let you go. Oh.
I feel like
is out of this.
I feel like I would. It's going to be most imperative for me to free my hands first because that will allow me to free everyone else, and I'm going to boost that post the most. So, I am going to try to escape my shackles first and foremost, and I'm going to roll a 1d20. Now, using the skill will lower me a tier, or what was it?
Using a skill lowers it by 1 tier.
Perfect. So I'll use that skill. And because I have a flex skill, and it's the beginning of a new adventure, I'm going to utilize my flex skill, and I'm going to say, what should my flex skill be, everybody? what would be a benefit?
At the end of last game, did you not use your flex skill? Didn't you have a flex skill on the go?
I used flex skill for something.
I think it was sprinting.
But it's per day, and we got knocked out.
And you rested as well.
We did.
So.
Yeah, that's right. We did rest. So, what would a good flex skill be, guys?
Interrupting electronic bondage devices.
That would be a good one.
And it's pretty
have that as a
specific.
passive. Mike, did you get a haircut? Your hair looks good.
What? Thank you. I did not. It's just,
It looks good. At the Invictus Stream, we are honest people. We like to point each other out when they look sexy. And Alex, I like that green. I think it looks good. Chris?
Oh, why, thank you.
And Justin, I really appreciate Hey, I already gave you a luring.
Oh, nice.
All right, guys, flex skill. Let's go. What do I got? I'm going to be escaping. That's fine. How about I can already lie. How about we'll go with? Can luck be one?
It's not. Luck's not really a skill.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let's say lucky.
There we go. All right, so we're using flex for luck, and we're going to do escaping. Now, I won't say that I'll apply luck to this because that would be unfair, but I will lower it by 1 tier. Would that be might, speed, or intellect if I'm trying to escape?
Depends how you want to do it. It can either be speed or intellect. If you're trying to, for example, you see the fact that there's some sort of energy conduit that is powering these bands. If you're trying to use a rock in the cart and throw it and deactivate it somehow, that would be speed. If you were trying to, and you can even say that's intellect as well.
Yeah, all right. I pick up what you're putting down. All right, let me do this then. I'm going to say I'll use an intellect. I'll use my intellect points to lower it 1 tier, and what I'll do is I'll use it to examine the cuffs before, trying to just bash them apart and try to actually pick them.
Okay.
So, because I have my edge of 2, my first tier, and Hans correctly corrected us last time. I was in trouble with 2 words in that sentence. He corrected us last time about how I was using my tiers incorrectly, and now I know that if I want to go down 2 tiers, it would be a total cost of 3 points. However, to go down 1 tier would still only be 1. So I'll lower it 1 tier. I will use my escaping, and that should lower it a total of 2 tiers. Let's roll a d20. Yeah. 17!
Hey, not bad.
I feel good about that.
Okay, so what were you doing exactly? Were you throwing a rock or something like that?
No, I spent a point to analyze the cuffs to try to find weaknesses, and maybe, because I have escaping as a skill, I would guess that Brandy Jack has probably gotten out of many cuffs. Some of them paddy wagon cuffs, some of them sexually while he was tied to a bed. So he's well aware of the different diversities of various handcuffs, and after analyzing them, I use my escape skill to try to pick them.
Analyze them. These are not the type to tie me to a bed. Okay.
Unless she was really kinky.
All right. So, yes, you find that there is a panel that if you manipulate your wrist in just such a way you can open up. There's some wires in there, and you, as subtly as you can, bring it up to your mouth and bite one of the wires off, and you see that actually you rolled pretty well, and all the beams go off.
All of our beams?
No, just yours.
Okay.
Just yours. So you are free now. You're just sitting in the cart.
Excellent.
Now, we have one more action, and at the end of that action, Kent Rockford, who is the head of the mining group, is about to be sprayed. And you hear him. He's starting to yell. He's like, what the hell is this? What are you about to do?
Now, is there any chance I can just, kick him out of the cart?
Again, he's in a different cart from you.
Oh, right. Okay.
Everyone's in an individual mining cart moving forward. So, no.
Oh, yeah, no. All right.
There's no way that I can take another turn by someone else deferring or anything like that?
I don't mind if everyone thinks that you're the man to do it.
Well, being that I'm free, I would suggest that maybe someone...
I think it sounds like a good idea because I have no other ideas.
Yep.
I'm going to go for Kent anyway.
Yeah.
Don't forget all the ciphers that you have too. Some of them might come in handy.
Oh yeah.
A cloud seed. What happens if I eat it?
You start crying profusely. You can't stop.
I've still got my crab Viagra.
If we know anything from storms, they'll just shut down their internet access, and you should be fine.
So
It wasn't a storm. It wasn't a storm that was doing mine.
Nice.
How are
Nice,
Theric's? How are
That's
Theric's little?
Very good.
Oh, wow, that is good.
Shit, Alex, what is with you?
That is
Yeah.
You are the master of crappy paint drawings. And sorry, not crappy.
Conveyor room. It's
Oh,
on
that's-
Facebook now too.
So that's
Wow.
that's pretty damn good. Pretty close to what I was going for. It's a lot darker. It's cave-like in the, but there's also the two people working on the machinery. But good for you. That's pretty damn close.
I think we all know what that deserves now that I'm back online and I can start gearing up the proper sound effects.
Yes.
That's what I'm good for. Fake
We
people.
missed it at first. We missed it.
That's all you're good for because we did that without you.
Oh, ouch.
It's true.
I'm wondering how Theric's hands are shackled with his little T-Rex arms. Couldn't he just slip out if they're the same width?
Again,
Well,
no.
I think it's because it's all around, right?
If you-
that's
if you-
sort of the idea I have, is that
Exactly, and not to mention that if you remember when he was coming in and out of consciousness, he had someone finicking with his arms. So they've adjusted the shackles in order to compensate for that.
Gotcha.
You were effing
All right.
his arms.
So, Brandy Jack, you're going to take the next turn, and you hear Kent Rockford go, "Guys, get me out of this! Don't let that stuff touch me!"
I'm not going to let it touch you, muffa. So I grab him and pull him off.
Okay, so you hop out of your cart, and you run in order.
How far am I back again?
The order went, Kent Rockford was in front, followed by Theric, followed by Shaz, followed by you, and then finally Pivot.
I'm the back? Can I just jump in their carts as opposed, like trying to awkwardly crawl over the seats like in a theater?
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
All
Yes.
come.
Yes, you can.
All right, let me do that.
Okay, so you as you get out of your seat, one of the people turn to you and say, "What the shit?"
F.
I know it's 18 a.m.
Guys, come on.
I
can say fuck.
I can't even do it. I don't do it normally.
I struggle
What the
too. I
fuck?
struggle too.
Thank you. Okay. And he sees that you're clamoring over it, and you're going, "Oh, excuse me. Sorry, Brandy Jack. Or sorry, Theric. Sorry, Pivot. Sorry."
Like
Shaz."
myself, so I refer to myself as other people.
Yeah. And then you make it to him, and you're sitting in the cart beside him.
I throw him out of the cart.
Okay, so are you replacing yourself, or are you just like pulling him out, pushing his cart over, getting him out of there?
We don't even know if this is bad, right?
No idea what's going to happen.
But
think
are we
it'll be
going on
bad.
the assumption, just so you're not silently watching me do this, and then you guys are thinking, what the fuck?
Nope.
We all are under the assumption this is probably bad, right?
well, they could have just asked us if it was going to be good for us.
Yeah.
Right?
They could have been like, "Hey, here's a great idea."
Wouldn't you
You
like
guys-
a spritzing?
Would you like to glisten? Spray on tan. That's what they're trying to force you into.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be bad. It's
All
probably
right.
something
As long as I get it even.
Alright.
I'm thinking it's something to prepare us for going through this portal.
So, Brandy Jack, unfortunately, you're going to have to do a strength check in order to try to get him out. He's a
Why is
big
that
dude.
Fortunately, Brandy Jack is not weak per se. He's not
No.
weak per se.
But, again, you've noticed, actually, the order that the people are in is more or less the physical strength that they appear to have.
How is Pivot smaller than me?
There's a reason for that as well.
Okay.
When I woke up. Oh, you know what? I can't really convey this unless I just shout it because I'm tied up and you're. Are you?
Shout it. I would
I
be
was
looking
like-
back, waiting for people to give me advice.
They're
Yeah,
gonna be working out the bugs. I assume it's us.
All right. Okay. So then, yeah, I would grab Kent by the shoulders and I would toss him over the side of the cart onto the floor, and I would go with him. So I use part of my own body weight with him.
Okay, and you're almost like tipping the whole cart, or are you trying to toss him over?
Probably just toss him over. I'll tip the whole cart. I don't think there's a way I can intellect myself out of this, unless I place a penny on the track.
Huge explosion, shrapnel.
No, I'll just I'll bare knuckle it, and I'll grab him, and we'll both go over in the cart.
Cool.
Him absorbing my weight, of course. And I will try to lower it 1 tier. Because I'm at full right now. Excuse me. So I will lower it 1 tier.
Yep.
For the cost of 3. I have no pencil, so I will have to remember that. But I'm being recorded, so I won't lie. And I don't think there's anything else that's going to help me, so we'll just go with that. Although I do have good advice, so maybe before I tumble over, I will say to him, tuck and roll!
So, looking at the size of the man and the sturdiness of the cart, you know that it's going to take some effort. It's doable. It's definitely doable.
Alright, I'll lower it 1 tier because I feel lucky today. After all, I was half an hour late because of my internet connection, so clearly luck's on my side.
It was the iron wind.
Yeah. Luck is not on my side.
Oh, no.
Because you use the effort, you strain, you white knuckle, you grit your teeth, and you manage to push the thing over. You rock slightly, and actually, Kent Rockford actually knows what you're doing. And he's trying to help. He's struggling, right? He's trying to get out as well. So he is helping, and you guys do manage to push the cart over. Unfortunately, the cart doesn't jam the machine. It still continues through, gets sprayed, and goes through the other side. And you guys are rolling off the side. Next in line would be Theric, who is approaching the machine now.
Do they see what happens to the cart as it goes through?
You do. You see it pass through the portal, and you notice that on the other side of the portal you see these shadows. And they're kind of shadows of people on the other side. And they're just walking back and forth. There's a few bodies on the other side.
Shadow people.
Well, if I can, then I will try to worm my way up and over the side of the cart. So I'm basically just like up and falling like flat. I'm
Fair
cool
enough.
with that.
Yeah.
And if I can somehow use jumping and climbing, then I will try to do that.
Okay.
But definitely going to use some effort.
I'm going to allow you to use... I'm going to give you a +1 to your roll, not an entire tier lowering because of the fact that you're timed up, so you're not really climbing and you're not really jumping, but I'm going to give you sort of an advantage all the same.
Because I'm worming?
You're worming it, so go ahead and see what you can do.
And sorry, I am going to use
An effort?
another effort of
No problem.
might.
Okay,
I
so
feel like that was successful.
it sure was. So you worm
excellent.
your way up the side. You're pushing with your feet.
This was
You get your-
successful.
You get your body over the side, and you flip your way over, and you're lying there like a worm.
Just
next-
as I had intended.
Pivot, you can go. Shaz, you can go. And then the other guys are
I'll
going
let Shaz go. Let Shaz go ahead.
Okay. So I'm going to, first of all, I guess use my... I'm going to drink this... No, I can't, because I don't have my hands, do I?
Well, what are you trying to do?
Well, I was going to drink...
You
Yeah,
also
you
have
can't.
your cantrip stuff, right? You can use your mind to move it.
Yeah, that's the other thing I was thinking about doing. Okay, where are these two people that are kind of watching us go through the portal?
Well, one was working on the big machine that's spraying, and the
Okay.
other one was kind of standing against the wall. But now he's kind of, you can tell that they've noticed what's going on. They're coming to attack at this point. The guy who's standing against the wall has pulled out what looks to be some sort of projectile weapon.
Okay.
How rude.
So
Hey, do we
are
have our
they-
weapons?
You're all no, you don't. You don't have any of your weapons on you.
Where are they in conjunction with me? Are they in one straight line, like on the same side of the room? Or are they on opposite sides of the room? Or
One is on the. You know how you drew your picture?
yeah.
Okay, so one is on the left-hand side of the machine, working on something, or was working on something. The other one was on the right-hand side of the portal,
Okay.
just leaning against the wall.
So I guess And he's activating the spray, right?
Nope, he's somehow working on it. He's not necessarily activating it.
Okay,
It seems to be automated.
If I see this guy then pulling something out as a projectile device, I'm going to immediately use my new esotery, which is push. And it uses a very forceful push in a general direction.
Yep.
So I'm going to aim it at that guy. It takes 2 intellect. I've got 1 edge, so it only takes 1 intellect, and I'm going to use an effort as well.
Cool.
So 2, technically. Actually, 3.
Do it.
So, wait, what's that?
Do it, Shaz.
All right, here we go. So lowering the tier, 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so you hit him. Does it do damage?
Good question. I don't know off the top of my head, to be honest. It does, I believe, do damage.
Once they fall off the cart.
Yeah. They're not on the cart, though, are they?
No, they're just,
Sorry.
he's, yeah.
Once you push them over or they hit something, it would be like falling, basically.
Or you could smack his head against
If you
the wall.
push them into something.
And how far does it push him? Does it tell you?
You push a creature or object immediate distance in any direction you wish. You must be able to see the target. Must be your size or smaller. Must not be affixed to anything. Must be within short range. Push is quick, too crude to manipulate, and can't use it to pull a lever or open a door. So I guess I'm gonna push him, I'm thinking up against the wall and then towards the ceiling, so that at least he's falling.
Okay, let's do that. So you push him. He's about to run it and pull his gun around, and you push him, and now he's pinned against the wall slightly.
Perfect.
So he whacks against the wall, and we'll say that he takes, he would take damage, but he's a beefy guy, and he doesn't seem to affected by it.
25
Only 25 points. That's right.
But it buys us some time because he hasn't got his.
He hurt so bad his kids got hurt, and they're in another city. They're in Ki.
Okay. And pivot. Your turn.
All right. So did they take my arm off, or is it still on?
Your arm's still on.
Oh, that's convenient. And so it's the tether is tied around my wrist, both arms, and
Both wrists. Yep.
all right.
Both wrists, your arm, your chest, across your chest, and across your ankles.
But am I able to reach to my arm?
You can do this type of thing. You can do little motions like this.
Okay. So then with my mind, intellectually, because I do have some control of my hand if I use intellect points.
Yep.
Is that right?
Now, remember how your hand is a fist.
No, we got it fixed.
Did you? Oh, good.
It was our friend.
Yes.
Friend Tusk.
Was it Tusk did it?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Good old
Tusk boy.
Saber.
He should
Yeah.
be any minute to save us.
Yes.
right.
Let's just wait for him. Let's sit tight and wait for Tusk.
You just blow the horn and he runs in.
So I'm going to use my intellect to
Yep.
attach my arm.
Oh, neat. Okay. So then your other arm is free.
Yeah. So
From the elbow down, because you're
Yeah.
still bound across the chest.
okay, but my one arm. Can I do that for one intellect? How many intellect do you want me to spend?
One intellect's fine.
Okay. All right. So then with my other arm, I'm going to unloop the tether
Unloop the tether.
because it's tied around me, right?
Yes.
So
But
how
again,
much-
it's like a cuff link and a cuff link,
Yeah, I
cuff-
think it's.
and then a beam of energy that goes between it. So the cuff link is hanging from your other arm
so
just by this beam.
how much length do I have?
Maybe I don't know, 10 inches.
Okay. Then I'm going to, with my arm that's still tethered.
Yep.
I'm going to hang my. Who is in front of me?
In front of you would be Theric. No, sorry. Everybody. Everybody's in front of you.
An empty cart would be in front of him,
Yes.
technically.
Okay. So then I've got some tethers on my feet still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to dip my hand down, and with my intellect once again, I'm going to use my free hand, my mechanical hand, to undo the bindings there and just smash them.
Okay. So let's do a... That sounds more like a might check, if you're just crushing them.
Crush it!
Yes, but I'm using my mind to make my metal hand do the crushing.
So you're going to spend 1 point to crush, and then you're going to have to use might.
Okay. Sounds good. So then might. And I'm going to use effort. I want to destroy this thing. Get this thing off me!
Destroy.
Alright, and so I'm using 3 effort. And... Alright, I'm just going to roll.
Okay.
Boom, 15.
Okay, so how many tiers did you lower? Just 1?
Just 1.
Alright, so you're successful. You
And
managed to get free.
Dynamite.
Alright, so just my legs are free though, right? Not my...
You're still bound here, and you, just across the chest.
Just across the chest. Okay. And how much swinging room do I have with my other arm? Say if I wanted to swing around my metal arm like a flail.
You would have about this much.
I love it.
Okay, alright.
That's a new goal for Pivot. At some point in this campaign, you need to tear off the arm of some guy and beat him to death with his own arm.
Didn't we do that?
Well,
Hysteric.
Didn't we do that to those tentacle things? Didn't someone beat someone with a tentacle?
something like that happened.
No, the tentacles took his arm, and then he beat them with his own arm. I think it's more Theric's speed anyway. Theric, you gotta rip off the arm of some guy and beat him to death with it.
Yeah.
I'm not a barbarian. I just,
You're
whatever.
not
Let's
10.
move on.
You're not
Okay.
10. That's fair.
Rugged. Okay, wait, so if the tether is around me, then, and it was, held together around my chest, shouldn't it be, like, loosening off my chest?
No.
No? Okay, I'm just picturing it differently.
Again, it's not a rope. It's not a rope. It's
I'm
a beam of
picturing
energy.
a rope.
Yeah, I think the energy rules it all. It can be whatever.
Okay.
I know what you're thinking, Justin.
Gotcha. It's
Like,
I can skip.
Yeah, it's not like a set. It's not a set like distance. It tightens and it constricts as you need it.
Yes, like
But
my
it-
manhood.
Right. Yeah. Cold versus warm. Harlan's manhood.
Yeah, except for mine, it's weird because when I'm warmer, it's smaller, and when I'm cold, it's even smaller than that.
okay. Well, now that I've got that image in my mind, I understand completely, and we're ready to move on.
From now on, I'll just go to that first.
Yeah,
That way.
Just picture Harlan's manhood.
You guys are all tied up with Harlan's manhood. Okay.
You can easily get out of that.
But would we want to?
Oh my goodness. All right. So Justin, you are free from that point down. I'm going to go ahead and say your turns are over.
Thank
And
you.
we're gonna move on to the gentleman who had the weapon. He's pinned against the wall, and he's gonna try to make a shot from that angle, that awkward angle. So he's gonna have a disadvantage. Now he's gonna aim towards Brandy Jack as best he can. Now Brandy Jack, you're gonna have cover, and this guy's got an awkward angle. So go ahead and make a roll to defend against it.
All right.
So he shoots, and you see this blast of force coming towards you.
Yeah, I do. And I will use my no skill to beat it. My hair skill.
All right, so you're just gonna roll.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll. I feel like if I'm gonna take the damage, I'm gonna take that damage. And it's a 7, and I'll take the damage.
Okay, so instantly you feel it attacking your mind, and it's trying to make you go unconscious quite again.
Well, you know what the other thing is too. I'm +1 step for resist mental effects, which I think this would fall under anyway. So
I agree. So I'm going to say you're successful. No, hold on a second. So 1, 2. No, yeah, you are successful.
I'm passing it.
Yeah, because you have a +1, so that actually lowered it by 2, right?
Oh no, the other way.
No, +1 makes it harder.
I'm weaker.
Wow. Oh yeah, you're definitely affected by it. So you're gonna take 2 points of mental damage with no armor.
That's okay. I got lots of it. Oh man, I got a headache. So this is the guy pinned to the wall?
That's right. He made a miraculous shot from up here, aiming down at you.
What a dick. Wow. Scott's a dick.
Chloris.
A talented dick.
Scott.
The other one who's working on the machine picks a pickaxe that was leaning against the machine and goes towards where you are against the floor, and she goes to swing it at Kent Rockford. So can you make a save for him?
He hasn't even done anything.
He sounds like a news reporter.
Kent
Rockford.
The Midnight Report with Kent Rockford. This just in, I'm about to die.
So who's gonna roll? Let's have Theric. You roll for him.
Yes. What am I doing?
You're rolling for
for
defense
Kent Rock.
against Kent Rock. So Chloris, this
Yes, I am.
strong woman.
And I will take that hit.
Oh,
So-
Oh. Are you
Kent
gonna lunge?
Rockford.
Are you gonna jump in the way of the pickaxe and shout no like Kevin?
I will
Costner?
worm there.
I'm coming, Kent.
Outside.
I'm coming. Unfortunately, he gets rocked right in the leg, and blood just splurts everywhere.
Oh!
Rockford got rocked?
Yeah, that's right. And she screams. She says, "You should have stayed where I had you.
What a
Would have hurt less." She starts
Hmm.
dragging him by his leg towards where the cart was again.
Wait, is he dead?
He's not dead. He's just hurting quite a bit.
Ah,
Drag
okay.
him by his quad.
He can-
That's right. He can. All right. Next is back to you guys.
All right, so I am still on the floor next to Ken Rockford, who just got attacked after my mind got hurt.
Yes.
Just to reiterate the scene. All right, and who's still on the trolley in some sort of being tied up, moving towards the warp?
Shaz and Pivot. Shaz is getting closer at this point. By the end of 2 turns again, he will be about to be sprayed.
Okay, then I'm going to walk over to Shaz and pull him off the cart.
Okay. So let's do a roll.
Right. That way he can be more useful to the people attacking. Attacking! Can escape apply to him, helping him escape? Like if I say instead of pulling him off, I pick his cuffs or something? Well, I guess that would, because I'd be picking his cuffs.
Okay. Yes.
All right. Well, then
Give it a try.
I will give
So
it
you're
a try.
picking his cuffs. You're not pushing him out. You're picking his cuffs, just to be clear.
Yes. Well, no, I'll pull him out then. Fuck it, I'll pull him out.
Okay.
And I'm not going to do anything because he's going to be helping me. I'm going to say, look, roll with me, Shaz.
I'm rolling.
In the back of the jalopy, Shaz.
Oh,
You and me will be rolling.
More meanings than one. So many
Limp
meanings.
biscuit.
Okay, now roll the dice to see if it happens.
And I fall out next thing.
18.
Oh, no problem. So you actually, with the effort from Shaz, you're able to actually stand him up and hop him out. So he's not. He's now a pogo, but he's not a. He's not a worm like Theric is over there, grubbing it up.
And Brandon Jack,
Grubbing it up.
Doing the worm.
doing the worm.
Brandon Jack.
I feel like grubbing it up. Feel like grubbing it up. I feel like grubbing it up. Feel like grubbing it up.
What's going on?
Thank you. I look at Brandon Jack in the eyes and I say, "Thank you, thank you so much."
You're welcome. Get up and start fighting.
That was awkward. All right. Next. Who is next?
Because no one says thank you in this group, and we should do it more.
Oh,
Can I actually, like, how far am I from this lady dragging Kent?
You are on the. So she's on the left side of the tracks.
Oh,
You're
I'm
on
on
the
other
right side of the tracks.
The wrong side of town.
So you're only about maybe 8 feet away from her, but again, you'd have to clamber over all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And you have the salmon attack.
Well, that's what I was thinking about, just log rolling as she's dragging him. Maybe I could trip her, but not if there's carts in the way and stuff.
Visual representation.
Actually, I guess I'd try to roll for cover of some point, because that guy was shooting as well.
Yep.
So I will try to roll for cover. And that's all I'll try to do this round.
Okay, so you will get cover. You are now rolled underneath the conveyor belt.
Oh, nice.
And so you'll be safe under there. And when I say conveyor belt, it's more like a track system.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I know, it changed everything.
That changes everything.
Sorry, let's start again. Start again. So you guys are approaching a city and you see a farmer.
That's the beginning of the campaign.
He's ignorant. He's an ignorant farmer.
We're all
God damn those ignorant farmers.
damn farmers trying to do good.
Let's go ahead to Pivot. I think you're next.
Okay, so we got the lady who just attacked Kent Rockford, and we have a man who is he twiddling his thumbs playing games?
No, he was pinned against the wall. You can see the force is coming down. So we weren't, it was a fast pin against the wall. So as he was shooting, he kind of pushed back, shot, and he's coming back down and coming towards you guys again.
Bigger threat. Oh, okay. Who's closest?
To where you are, the lady who's just in front of Shaz's cart, and on the machine again.
Okay.
At the machine, kind of.
So I'm gonna step out of my cart. I guess I'm getting pretty close to the spray.
Yep.
Okay, so I just hop out the back, and
you just hop out.
I step out carefully. I mean.
Okay, because you have one arm free, so you're gonna kind of pull yourself over and hobble your way over, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Because you got to remember your legs are still bound, aren't they? No, your legs are free. Oh yeah, you can totally do it. No problem. No problem.
Okay, and so then does this lady, does she wear her hair down or up?
She has short hair. Short hair.
He's getting into the role.
Come on.
Wait,
I gotta
how short? Like,
so
like a bob?
like spiked like blonde hair.
Spiked.
Okay.
Oh, that's the worst. Oh,
Oh, I like it.
so we know what team she's on.
Wow, too much.
Wow.
Okay, so
The bad guy team? God!
My wife has short hair.
She's got spiky hair. She's a bad guy.
Haven't you seen that new movie?
All right, so
Mad Max.
I'm gonna
Let's try.
Thank you.
I'm gonna step down and I'm gonna swing my arm at her like a flail.
Cool. So you run over, still tied at the chest, and you try to flail her in the head.
Good.
Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens.
All right. I am not gonna apply effort.
No. Oh, it shows. It really shows. You kind of do it half-assed.
Yes.
You run over.
Yes.
So, okay, it swings and just she ducks under it as it's coming around, and she pulls the pick out of the guy's leg as Kent is screaming, and she looks like she's gonna go swing towards you next. Shaz, your turn.
I immediately, I'm gonna do the onslaught ability, and I'm gonna attack her with the onslaught, and that's a mental. It's a physical attack through the mind.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm also gonna use a bit of effort and basically scream at the same time, saying, you fucked with the wrong people.
Okay.
So effort applied.
All right. Duly noted.
Alrighty. And effort, because I have an edge, costs only 2, right?
You got it. Unless it's an edge of 2. Is it an edge of 2?
No, it's only an edge of 1.
Okay.
But I have a question.
Get out of here with your edge of 1.
Okay, no, that's fine.
All right.
7.
Your head is still spinning from the being unconscious a moment ago, and you miss completely. You just can't make the connection. Nope, don't got it. Don't got it.
No! Do I scare her at all?
Not even a little bit.
You arrested the wrong people! Oh, maybe
She does not seem like the type to scare as she's wielding a pickaxe and trying to drag a man by his quad.
I know.
I was wrong. Maybe I was
You know the
wrong.
type,
I
right?
could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Oh yeah. Oh.
I know the
So,
type.
the girl with the pickaxe, the woman with the pickaxe, she is now going to swing toward Pivot. Pivot, I'm going to hinder you by 1 step because of the fact that you are bound. So your movement is not what it normally is. It's going to be tough for you to defend yourself.
What if I used might defense?
What if you do that?
It means I'm not trying to move. I'm just like, fuck it. I'll take it.
I'm going to take that pickaxe.
Bring it.
All
Bring
right.
it. I got metal bones, biatch.
Sure, let's roll for it. Roll for it.
All right. I will roll for it. And I'm going to use
Use sandwich. Don't you have that skill?
sandwich. I get a sandwicher. I'm gonna put her. I've got 2 loaves of bread.
Yeah,
Pieces of
I remember
bread.
this
I'm gonna
when we
put
rolled
it
up
between-
characters.
Yes.
You took sandwich, which means that you literally get to pull out a sandwich, and it does 5 mental damage.
Pivot, a glaive who fuses metal and bread. All right, go ahead, Pivot.
Because I'm gluten intolerant. All right.
And we cannot take him
It's
to the beach
inside
with the
me.
seagulls.
All right. You manage to allow the.
Ooh.
You flail with your one arm and you deflect the pickaxe just enough to get it out of your way. You whack it out of the way. I don't see any other way that you could take this and not take damage. So you do manage to use your might to get it out of the way. So I'm going to say that you do deflect it with strength.
Nice.
Yeah. I get underneath the actual pick part.
Yeah.
With my free arm. And go.
Ouch. Oh, nice. Oh, I see. So it hits the wood against there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And the other guy with the weapon, he's going to jump towards Pivot, seeing that you're free, and he's going to take a shot at you.
Little shot with his gun?
Yep.
All right.
So do another roll.
All
It
right.
appears to be that you are their target, their main target, and they are focusing on you.
They're
Sounds
racist,
good.
basically.
If I jump prone, can I get an advantage?
If you drop prone or jump prone?
Jump. Well,
He can
drop.
jump in the air and then go prone.
Belly flop!
Superman!
No, I'm not going to give you an advantage because you're too busy deflecting the other thing. I'm not going to allow you to do that.
Okay, no problem. I'm rolling.
Oh, yeah!
Nice.
Minor advantage.
You sure
the
get a
BS.
minor advantage. So the guy shoots at you, and you are able to. Can you come up with a minor advantage quickly, or do you want me to try to do it?
I catch the bullet in the air. No.
It's not a bullet. It's a force.
The force. Okay.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to actually deflect it, and it's going to hit into the girl.
Nice. Oh, that's a good minor advantage.
That's almost like a major advantage.
That's a
so,
very good minor advantage.
you see that her eyes kind of bulge a little bit, and blood starts trickling from her nose.
Wasn't me.
She goes, "Watch it, Alec!
I did it on the counter.
Who are you trying to kill?" We're back to you guys. Now, Shaz, as you were clamoring out, I'm going to use an intrusion here. You thought you had just managed to get outside of it, and one of your cuffs did actually... Now, you still have the cuffs, right? Granny Jack didn't take them off. You're
That's
just a
correct.
standing pogo. No, actually, you get hooked onto the cart in front of you, and you actually start getting dragged further
Oh,
into it still.
Seems like a comedy film.
I'll take it.
It's like part of your clothing has actually got caught on some sort of screw or something like that. So for 1 point, you will have that happen.
And who's got lower XP right now? What's your XP?
I don't even know what I'm at. But basically, I would give it to Mike.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm presently at 0, but again,
Mike,
I think
it's
you're
yours.
supposed to give it to someone for doing something. And
Well, you're
other
doing
than
lots.
other than cowering under the cart,
That's
Hey.
something.
This will give you the strength because I give you that eye and I say, "Help me!" You know, I'm being
All right.
dragged away. Okay, so then I immediately use my telekinetic abilities to try and get out of these bindings. I mean, I have a pretty good understanding about how the world works.
Yep.
I have a good understanding of most technology. What are you
I
laughing?
get why people take the bus. I get it.
I know
one of
what's
them.
going on.
I understand politics.
I took first year college psychology. I know how the human mind functions.
All right, sorry, Shaz.
I happen to be a nano, okay? So shut up.
Got more understanding than I do.
What can I add to this to make? Because I do not want to use my intellect anymore.
So you can use your speed again. You can try to hit the conduit that it seems to be powering these things on the other side of the room with
Hold
a
on.
rock or something.
I've got an idea. I'm gonna use my cipher. I'm gonna use a little bit of telekinetic to bring it to my mouth, the Yukon conduit,
Yep.
and I'm gonna drink it.
Yep.
This baby adds 6 might, and I'm just gonna rip this thing off the
That's
wall.
not all it does, though. It does also lowers your intellect.
It
Don't
does
tell
lower
him
my
that. It'll
intellect,
be funny.
but only for an hour. Everything goes back after an hour.
Okay.
So it increases. I've got it actually up here. It increases my might pool. And who did the Yukon do it? Is it Gabe?
Was Bob?
Was it Bob? Okay.
Yes.
Whoever was the Yukon do it, I'm using
No,
it.
no, that was Hans. That was Hans.
Was it? Okay.
Was
I
it?
believe it was.
I'll
gonna
look
check
it up
while we're
again.
doing all this.
Yeah, you check.
Double
Anyways,
check, yeah.
It's a small vial of honey-infused whiskey, nanites as well, and it adds 6 to my might pool to a maximum, and then adds 6 to the actual pool. So it increases and then increases underneath it, right? That's how I understand it. And then reduces 3 and reduces 3 for my intellect pool.
Okay.
So right now my might is at, I've got a pool of 10, but it's only at 8, so it still increases to 11 and to a maximum of 13. So I'm just going to write that down.
Where's Borgle? Can I read his mind?
You can't read Borgle's mind, no. You can try to
Yeah,
make a
but
connection with it.
But like, sorry, is he saying anything to us? Like, is he like?
No, you have to make some effort in order to make a connection. He's not trying to do anything. He's not trying to distract you. He knows you're in danger right now, and it probably won't help, but he can add to it.
BT Dub, Hans did do. You can do it. Sorry, Alex. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Thank you, Hans. Okay, so I'm going to use this might of 11, and I'm going to use some effort and pull this thing off because it's obviously hooked on me.
So you're going to just rip away from it? Oh!
With a natural 20.
Holy
I'm gonna, and not only do I rip away from it, but I pull it off the conveyor and I start spinning around. You know? And I'm using it like a weapon. Hitting. Hopefully nobody's in the way. That's friendly. But I'm basically going to try and attack this one with a pickaxe.
Excellent. So it's going to be successful. I'm just going to make it happen. What happens is you're spinning around, and she catches her off guard, and you're pivoting. And no, not pivoting, but pivoting.
All right, you got to be clear on that.
I know, sorry.
Centrifugal force.
And you smoke her, and she flies in, and she's screaming as she goes through the portal.
Oh, shit!
Wait, but does it do one of these where she goes through, she's like, ah!
That's exactly it. She's screaming, ah!
The Wilhelm scream.
Actually, I think it's centrifugal force that goes out.
What did I say?
No, it was Alex. I think centrifugal pulls in, centrifugal goes out.
Okay.
Like a centrifuge.
Yes.
That is the word of the day, centrifuge.
Excellent. So she's through the portal.
Not only can you learn swearing, kids, you can learn science.
Right.
The more you know. Is that what this is? Science?
All right. So we're back to. I think everyone had a turn this round.
I have not.
I don't think
I have
Brandon
either.
did.
Still worming.
Yeah, but I'm gonna see if I can worm over to that cord and pull out the see if
The
I
conduit.
can dislodge the conduit. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So this conduit looks like some sort of
conduit.
Yeah. So it's a kind of like transformer type looking thing with like rings of coils of wire and stuff coming out of it. So yeah, you can go over and try to just destroy it somehow.
All right. So yeah, I'm basically just going to is it like any way I can wrap around it and then use my legs to push off the wall to pull it out of place, or just something to wedge against and then push and dislodge it.
Honestly, it's kind of like a tripod that goes up with its coils. You think that if you go over to it, you can wrap around it, maybe push it over or something like that.
I'm just gonna use leg strength to
wedge yourself between it and the wall and just push it over.
Yep. So again, I will apply might effort.
Okay.
Getting tired.
So you see this inchworm of Theric going across the floor, and he gets really tired and he just lies there for a bit. Doesn't quite make it to the wall. He says, "Oh, this is exhausting." We're gonna go ahead to Brandy Jack now.
All right, so I pulled him out of the thing, but I think that was last turn, wasn't it? Or maybe it's still this round.
It was last turn.
Okay. Then she's gone to the portal in that whole disappear type way. The other guy was the one who accidentally shot her. Where's he at?
He is still on the other side, on the right-hand side of the conveyor belt. He's trying to get a good shot at Rockford and Pivot.
All right, and I'm going to do the old Brandy Jack, and I'm going to try to talk to him.
Take a sip. Is that what that is?
No, because realistically, okay, we could kill this mofo and we know nothing, or we could ask him what the fuck is up. So I'm going to go, hey, stop. We now outnumber you 4.5 to 1.
Yeah.
Or 3.5 to 1. No, 4.5 to 1. We can end this the way that your friend just ended, or we can do the civil thing, put down our guns and knives and weapons, and we could talk this fucker out. What do you want to do, mate?
Okay, let's see what happens. Let's give a roll.
All right.
This is not a positive social interaction.
No, but I still have natural charisma and all social interactions.
Okay.
But I will spend an intellect point anyway, because I have enough to just lower it only 1, and it goes down 1 tier. So, down, I'm assuming 2, all social interactions and lowering it 1 tier. Let's see if he'll pause the fight. 13.
He says, "I'm getting out of here. One way or another." That's not a fail. He's just telling you that, I'm getting out of here.
Oh, okay. Then I say, okay, well, look. We're going to get out of here, too. We're all going to figure out a way out of here, but we just want to ask you a few questions and stop the bloodshed. Otherwise, we will beat you to a fucking pulp. And we will. Derek, my man here, is just craving for some blood.
As he's planking on the floor.
All right, he doesn't look very intimidating now, but but honestly, you catch him on a good day, and he's all over that shit. Tell us what this fucking portal does. You can go out of here. No cuts, bruises, bumps, or scrapes. Just let us know what we're doing here and who you work for.
And it looks over at Pivot and he goes, "Maybe he can tell you it's a piece of shit."
All right. Hold on. I've been friends with him for a long time. I wouldn't go as far as piece of shit, but why don't we have a little powwow? We can talk about why you think he's a piece of shit. Maybe I'll agree.
He owes my boss something. And he's been running like a coward for long enough.
All right. Look, what's your name, man? What's your name?
My name is Alec.
Alec. Brandy Jack. Alec, do you want to live past today?
Are you threatening me?
I'm asking you a question.
Do you want to live?
I do. And that's why I'm asking the same to you.
Do you not think that my boss is going to send more men when you supposedly are going to kill me off?
He might. And that's why I think both of us can let cooler heads prevail. No one's attacking anybody right now. If we know what can be returned to your boss, hey, you get to be the big man on campus walking in front row seats with what Pivot took.
Brandy Jack, can you try to make a connection with Borges?
Yes, I can definitely.
You can just spend 1 mental point to do it, or you can roll to see if you can just do it by sheer effort.
I'm going to roll because I don't want to spend too much intellect, and I'm at 14.
Okay, so you make a connection. He goes, Borges connects to your mind and goes, "Son of a bitch is bluffing. His weapon, it's got maybe 1 shot left in it."
Okay. Alec, we're friends here now. Everybody here wants this. Everybody here wants the same thing. Everybody wants to live past today. You want it, and I want it. This isn't a threat. This is just a fact. And the only way we can do that is to figure out exactly what everybody wants. So we know what we want. Let's figure out what your boss wants. He wants Pivot.
I want out of the bondage.
We know that, and we're going to get you out. And I'm sure Alec here has the key. You've done a fine job here, but as you can see, we've proven the fact that we are capable of handling it, and I know for a fact that you don't got any more shots in that fucking gun.
What are you talking about? Of course I do.
No, don't even start. Now look, you can play the big man here, and I can walk over there, and I can take that from you, or I'm going to give you the chance to put it down and earn my respect, as well as the opportunity to talk like men.
I'll talk to you. I'm not putting the gun down.
I walk over to him.
So, like Borgil said, he does have one shot left in it. So he goes to fire at you.
So he shoots.
Go ahead.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, his shoots. He's like, you think there's nothing left in this? I'll show you. And he fires at you.
Okay. What, a D20, right?
Yep.
So 5.
So it hits you. And you feel the consciousness start going again, and you take another 4 points of mental damage.
All right.
Intellect, yep, points.
All right. I got lots of it. And I look back up and I say, and how many do you have left now?
Okay, I'm going to use an intrusion.
Go for it.
Unfortunately, Shaz, who just drank the Yukon Gold, is still feeling the effects, and his mind is not as sharp as it usually is, but he's feeling a little more Theric-like lately, and he is raging Bane-like. So, Theric,
Yes.
Shaz, you kind of have this connection with Brandy Jack. As of late, you guys have had some, close encounters, and you've built a friendship. Seeing him shoot at him after Brandy Jack has been trying to negotiate and be diplomatic just sets you off. Just sets you off. You lose your shit, and you run at him trying to just tear his face off with your teeth.
And yeah, and
Intrusion,
I do
so
because
you
my
can get
hands,
experience points. Yeah, if you take that.
my hands are still bound. But yeah, I do.
And you're singing the Canadian national anthem while you're doing it.
Oh, Canada!
Seems like a very patriotic act to you.
Yeah.
And,
You don't understand what you're singing though. It's an ancient language, a beautiful, ancient, accented language.
Absolutely. I take the XP. I give another one to Theric.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Get you back up to
Wow,
speed there. And then I take a big bite out of this guy.
So you run to take a bite. Go ahead.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead
myself.
and continuing this intrusion. Yeah, you do kind of overextend yourself, and he's going to get to make an attack on you. So I need you to roll again.
Oh Lord.
Ooh.
So he butts you with his weapon as you're running towards you, and he just decks you off your feet, and you land down on the ground, and you take 4 points of might damage.
I kind of feel like a fool now.
Hey, how do you feel? How do you think I feel? I was the one who tried to talk to the fucking guy, and he shot me.
Sorry, Shaz. That would have been. That's either like you're going to look awesome and tough, or
What
that
you
happened. All right, so
Anytime, Brandy Jack, you would like
As
to
it
stop gabbing and let me out of this. would be
Yes,
appreciated.
Theric, kill him.
So Alex, like, I got more where that comes from. You stand down, or I'll fire again.
Fuck this guy in the ass.
So-
Somebody kill him.
Do I have any chance here now?
No,
Okay.
you will have a chance, but you just had a turn.
Yeah.
So while that's happening, I'm using my arm and I'm having it crawl up my other arm. I'll use an intellect for that.
Yep.
And I'm going to do the same thing and just rip it off my other arm.
Okay, I'll let you do it eventually.
Okay.
We'll say you do manage to do it.
And so I reach down with my good arm and I pick it up and put it back on.
Okay.
And do I have to wait before I can do anything else?
I think that would take a whole turn for you to take all that stuff off and reassemble your arm. Let's go to Theric. Theric?
I will lie there wiggling. I'm
Oh,
good.
you're-
I'm done.
You just lie there?
Well, I'm still. I mean, I'll try to get out of it again. I won't use effort this time.
No,
I'll
but
just
you
try
can
to-
still make your way over to the conduit and try to break it.
Yeah.
Let's see what
I will still do
happens.
that.
So you do actually manage to make your way over there, and you lodge yourself between it. You push it over, and everyone's, including pivots, you see the bands disapparate.
Ugh. wasted my turn.
I'm alive!
So, Brandy Jack, back to you.
All right, and I go, thank you for shooting me, fuckface. And I turn to Theric and I say, Theric, are you out of your bonds?
I'm not sure. Is that a euphemism, Brandy Jack?
Theric, you know when I want you, we have the code word. I'm asking if the shackles are broken for you.
Yes, Brandy Jack.
All right, well then fuck this guy and eat his heart. And I defer my turn to Theric.
And I'll walk over to this Alec. You are no longer a threat, Alec. Stand down.
Let's do an intimidation thing. Let's do an intimidation check.
Is
Can you give you an advantage? I mean, there's four of you to one. You know what? He looks around. He sees Theric is free. He's pretty sure his odds are not against him. He goes, drops his weapon. All right, guys. What is your plan?
That's right. All right, well, Raptor, arm your eyes out.
Your arms are not short. You have full length arms.
Oh, they're full length? Oh.
Full length arms. He doesn't have this little.
I just always do that.
You can't defeat me for Theric.
My good arm.
My strong hand. Alright, so he puts his weapon down.
What do you guys propose we do?
Propose? I'm gonna fucking kill you. And I walk over to him. And I punch him in the gut.
Brandy.
And actually, as Brandy's walking over, I will put a hand on his chest. Brandy
Wait,
Jack.
you mean...
He is no longer a threat.
Of course he's no longer a threat. He's no longer a threat at the beginning of this fucking thing. You're a bitch, Alec. And I walk away pissed off.
I walk over and I am glaring down this guy and I say, first of all, do I recognize him?
You do. You do recognize him. He's one of the. Well, I don't know how much you want to divulge. I'll just say you do recognize him.
Okay. And I'm pissed. I'm pissed to see him again. I do not like that he's found me and that he's taken me and knocked me out. That's just cheap. And so I walk up to him and I say, "Hey, Alec, you wanted that thing I stole? Well, you can have it." And I reach out with my metallic arm and I stick it around his neck and I hold him up against the wall.
Okay.
Choking him.
Sure.
And I yell, "Let's torture him and get all the information!"
What have you guys become?
From the back, like, yeah, fuck this guy.
Really glad that Theric's become the voice of reason.
That's right. He's the most calm and collected one. So Alex's coffee is gonna get you.
What the fuck are the Blackbloods doing in Kai? What are you doing here?
You think you were that hard to find? Son of a bitch, you left a trail a mile long. It's so easy to find you. First we went and we found that little girl and she talked quickly. Said something about a bog and how you guys were going to Jerome Kittrick, and of course we knew where he worked. It wasn't hard. And then we found that cave. You guys were not even trying to hide who you were.
And I squeeze his throat slightly. And I say, "Where's the boss?"
Where he always is, just through that portal. Go take a walk, you'll find him.
Should we be worried that Pivot is doing his Batman voice?
Swear to me. Swear to me. My mother and father are dead. And I say, "Why don't you tell him yourself?" And I take him over and I throw him into the portal.
Oh, wow. All right.
Do I have to fight for that?
Yeah, he's trying to fight you to get out of there, so we'll have you do a roll to see what happens. He does not want to be thrown through the portal.
No?
What?
No.
All right, well, I'm going
You
to
just got to use Irish diplomacy.
Wait, let's talk about this. Wait! I changed my mind. I like you guys. All right, go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Might. Are you going to use any effort?
Yes, I am.
All the effort.
Oh, yeah. He's about to. He's like, "You son of a..." He's gone.
Good, and then I walk over and slap Pivot on the back and I say, "Fuck yeah! About time someone manned up and ate someone's heart. Thera, come on." And I turn to Pivot and I'm like, "Hey man, but I think we got to tell everybody, otherwise we're endangering them from here on out.
Yeah, they got a bead on me. All right, well, I guess it's out in the open. They wanted me. I am the reason that you guys were all knocked unconscious and about to get sent through there. I'm sorry I did that to you guys. I would not have liked it to gone this way.
Well, are you going to tell them why and what you supposedly stole?
All right. These guys are from a crime syndicate known as the Black Bloods.
Ah.
Have you heard of them before?
Yeah. I have.
Well, Black Bloods play a big role in my life. I wasn't always the angel that I am today.
You were a Black Blood?
I was a bodyguard. A bodyguard for a man named Miguel de Manza, one of the high-ups in the syndicate. Basically, I was working for him, I was looking out for him, protecting him, and there was an accident, and I almost died. The Black Bloods took me, they saved my life. They took metal parts and a metal arm, they put it into my body. They made me what I am today, the man that fuses flesh and steel before you. But, I don't know, something happened that made me have a change of heart, changed my consciousness, and I couldn't be a part of them any longer. I went to Miguel, told him that I didn't want to be in it anymore, and he said, "That's no problem, just give us our investment back." My entire skeletal system, my right hand. I wasn't about to do that. So I ran away. Now they're hunting me, evidently.
You made the right choice, Pivot, and we will protect you.
I appreciate you saying that, Barrett.
You've proven yourself to be a good person, and I'm here to protect you as well.
Well, thank you. My heart is
What is so
more.
funny about that?
I just, you know what, I'm not used to so many people protecting me. I mean, I'm
All
used
right,
He's
to
only had me for the
Brandy,
past 5 years.
Group
I'm
hug.
used to
Let's
Brandy
go.
and I just looking for each other's backs, but this is, I don't know, maybe it's too much. But either way, I appreciate it, and, well, from here on out, I should probably be a little bit more discreet.
Well, you're one of us. We can all be discreet.
And just so everybody knows, I knew before anybody else.
Yeah, well, I know some things too.
I shake my head, and absentmindedly, I walk over to the spritzer, the spritzing machine.
Yeah, that's the cool name I wanted to give it.
The spritzer.
I could totally go for a
And I try to figure out whether or not there's a way that I can tinker with it and utilize a part of it and turn it into something that I could harness myself.
You absolutely can. Let's do a roll.
All right, so I have a tinkering skill from last time.
Yep.
You
have
can
to roll.
change it from a spritzer to a bukkake machine.
I love bukkake machines. They're so useful.
All right.
Yeah, I got mine at the source. All right, so it's down one tier from tinkering and 11.
All right. So you do manage to get. We're gonna say 1d6 liquid. Oh God.
And this is why we're 18 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You get
case
some.
in point.
Roll a 1d6, and we'll see how much you get from it.
You could
So
do that.
4. So you get 4 vials that you can use as a injectable.
Okay.
You discern that what it'll actually do is infect you with the crystalline virus, which will, if you do, well, I'll just say that you know it. Shaz explains to you that you take it over to him and he looks at it and he figures it out quickly, that what it'll do is actually begin a transformational process where your skin cells begin to change and you will actually take on a crystalline form. So it'll actually increase your armor class, but it'll actually make it harder for you to move slightly. You could actually stop the process halfway through though. So this is actually a permanent thing. It takes several days, but after an hour, portions of your body will actually become a blue crystal. There are entire races of people who have become infused with this virus and now live in a life this way. And by breaking off a piece of the crystal and placing it on somebody else, you can actually infuse it in them as well. So they have been doing this for generations and generations and consider themselves a species.
Now, is this separate, a different mineral than the shards we're looking after?
It's similar. It is similar, but it is not the same.
So it wouldn't work in the...
No. But you know, if you looked at it through the Oculus, you would see that the structure is very similar.
Interesting.
So it turns you into a crystalline form.
A crystalline form. Yep.
Yeah. So
I can show you a picture.
Lion of crystal.
Not a crystalline. No.
I think it's a crystalline form.
There's some cool pictures that are in the. I'll show you the pictures in the cipher book if I can find it real quick. No, I'll just show you the one that I have queued up.
It's okay. I already put it on the thing.
So is it like durable?
Crystalline.
Is it durable crystal?
It is. Yeah. Oh yeah. Because it will increase your armor class and everything.
Cool.
Get your astomos.
Let's see here.
Get your astomos.
You would end up looking something like that. You could wear clothing and stuff like that.
Cool.
Nice.
Okay, but it is a blue crystal. It's not this transparent.
That looks like it looks like one of the polygons on Super Smash Bros.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking when I looked at it. I was like, yeah, it's a polygon.
Our nerd is leaking out.
Oh, it's oozing. It's spritzing everywhere.
It's spritzing.
So where are we now? We're still in this.
We're standing in that room as
so you look around you.
I'm eating pudding.
Yeah, you find that there's a table that's been set up. They've been here for some time working. You don't know how long you've been unconscious, but doing a search around, you do find that there's this creature who's tied up, and he's posted to the ground, and it looks like some sort of miniature donkey. And every so often, a orifice will open up on the donkey, and some sort of fruit or vegetable or granola bar will just fall out of the donkey onto the ground.
Fuck? Does it sound like Eddie Murphy?
No, you get the idea that this was a creature that's been manipulated by the Iron Wind at some point, and that they were using it to sustain them because they were going to stay down here for a while. Some would say it looks like Some would say it kind of looks like the colors of it is like yellow and pink and orange, like light colors. And if you
have this urge to hit it with a stick?
You have an urge to blindfold yourself, spin around, and then swing at it with a stick.
Does the fruit look fresh at least?
It does, but it does come from an orifice that just opens up and spews out of the body.
Over and I pick up a piece and I eat it.
That tastes delicious.
There's something really attractive about a nice little ass, you know.
The healthy snack heals.
Especially with fruit of the loom.
1d6.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
That's okay. Cool. So we have an iron pinata, affected by the iron. By the Iron Wind at some point. This was the cipher that we won last week, and so we're Alec and Chloris. I know. I was like, how do I include this? So you get the impression that Alec and Chloris was planning on staying down here for some time. You don't know how long, and this was how they were going to sustain themselves.
All right.
Interesting. Well, that's a good use. Well done.
That would have been tough to do.
What a strange cipher.
But I do want to eat it. I want to go try to find Borgle as soon as I can.
Or what do you mean? He's in your. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. You do look. You find around. Sorry, thank you. Yeah, you do look around and
get my jackknife.
You guys get all your weapons. You get all your. Kent Rockford, he says, "Oh shit, I think I know where we are." Yeah, he's eating out, and he's like, he's looking around. He's like, I think I know where we are.
Where
Where is that?
Long time ago, we used to mine in all the shafts, but it was too dangerous, and we abandoned this mine because of that. And I'm pretty sure that they've been using this as a mine to smuggle things out of the city.
So, do you have any idea where this portal would go?
It was before my time. I have no idea. But wherever it goes, I'm sure that whoever's on the other side is waiting for pivot. We can try to get out of this place, but it's not going to be easy.
I do this.
You look around, and there is an opening where the tracks lead. The tracks lead out into a hall, a dark hall.
I say to Kent, I turn to Kent and I say, Kent, do you know what we're doing here?
He goes, well, why you guys are here, I have no idea why they wanted you. Obviously for this pivot guy, but I know that what they were trying to do was turn you into these crystal things, and that way you could go through the portal without dying instantly.
It's like we did the Han Solo in a galaxy far, far away.
Exactly. That is actually my inspiration for this.
Do you know? I think what I'm getting at here, and if you may agree with me, guys, is we need to tell Kent the real reason of why we need his help.
We did already.
You told me, but I didn't. You told Kent, but he didn't believe you.
Yeah, he needed
now
genome
we've saved his life.
Yeah.
Kent, we need a big shard. We need a big shard.
I have been constipated for days, my friend.
I need a shard.
I'll even. Yeah, it's not. I don't even need a full shit.
I am blocked. I am just blocked up as shit.
Shard.
While these guys are talking,
Need some of that granola bar coming out of that.
And starts picking away at the walls.
Okay. There is an
Let's
opening.
get into this. Yeah, let's just leave.
Well, hold on.
Theric, you do actually. We're going to go to Theric because he said so first, and he starts picking away at the walls, and you actually notice that there are little pieces of shard that is here, and you notice that as you're picking, there are these little specks throughout the walls.
Theric, mine now.
Ken Rockford says, "Yeah, good luck with that."
Hey, Kent, are there any big shards around here? Are there any chance of getting any big shit down here? You said they closed this mine.
There could be anywhere, but with our manpower, it would take us years, decades to find it.
You're telling me there's no way to narrow down one large piece of shard?
Now, I heard rumors, and I mean this could just be rumors, but actually, in fact, they are rumors because I heard them as rumors.
What's a rumor?
Wait, what's a rumor again?
Let's just get this. Is that anything like glass? What is?
We abandoned these mines because of some activity that we found in them, and for some stories that I've heard had to do with the shards, and that perhaps we could find something in here, but it's not through mining. We're not going to find it. Not likely. We could try. We might get lucky. 1 in 1,000.
Right.
Who knows?
Look, you know what the stakes are. Whether you believe them or not, we need this shard to literally save the world. So, Ken, if we needed to find a shard and the fate of the world depended on it, what would you recommend being the best way to do that? And then tell us so we can do it.
So let's say that the world is going to end. I'll take your bullshit for granted.
Yeah, do whatever the fuck you got to do. Just.
He says, I would get us to the surface. My men, they're the ones who can find the shard. If we get to one of the mines that we've been working on, and we convince them to work full-heartedly, we'll find something.
That's all we need. We have no dog in this fight. They're going to do it, and it takes their power. There's no way
to direct them. I'm not saying that they're going to do it. You need to convince them to do it.
Look,
that's your best bet.
Will you convince them?
Sure.
Then we got to get you back to Geom. Let's get out of here ASAP. Get you to Geom. We'll put Pivot's stuff on hold for now, because.
Well, let's put it on hold in a second. All right. Hey, Kent. Do you have any? You know if there's any dynamite down here? I know it's a mine, and maybe they use some sort of explosives.
I don't know what the hell we're gonna find in here.
Okay.
Frankly, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to be down here, and I want to get out of here as soon as possible.
Fair enough. We will do that, but I just have to take care of one little thing. Hey, Brandy. I say, just give me a second, Ken. And I go up to Brandy.
One little thing.
And I whisper in Brandy's ear, and I say,
I love you.
Hey, Brandy. What's up? You know that spray-on beehive you got? Yes. You think I could spray it onto one of those there carts and then wheel that through the portal and send a little surprise to my friend Mr. Demanza on the other side of the portal? think the world's gonna end tomorrow. But you know what? I also think that'd be pretty cool, and I love you. So sure. I love you too, man.
All right, so I secretly hand him something, a spray-on hive. Obviously, you wouldn't hear our whispers. And I then pick up the piñata because I have a cipher free.
It coos. That's right. It's like My Little Pony.
And and then I kind of nod to Pivot, but I do say, when you do what you're doing, I got to do what I'm doing. And I lead Kent out of the cave to leave Pivot behind to do this.
Okay, so you prop him up, and he's hobbling, but he's able to, with a little help, move out of the cave. So, is everybody leaving the cave? Is that what's kind of happening? This section?
Yeah, I am.
All right, so going into the hallway, you notice that it's very...
It's
What?
just gonna do one thing quick.
Okay, everyone but Pivot, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, we'll just say that you guys going into the hallway, you notice that the walls are lined with that same sort of energy field. Some are flickering, but it looks like the mine shaft is all done with this energy field as a barricade in order to protect it. The floor is smooth, very smooth metal. Back to Pivot. What were you going to say?
P-break.
All right. So I push one of the carts close to the portal.
Okay.
And I take one of the vials of
I like where this is going.
crystalline stuff.
Yeah.
And I smash it in the bottom.
Okay.
And then I take the spray-on B.
Yep.
And then I spray the crystalline virus.
Yeah.
With the spray-on hive and make a big hive. And then
Okay,
I wheel it through the portal.
All right. So how the spray-on hive works is it actually works as a spray paint. And
Okay.
it's not a hive that actually happens. It's a spray paint that starts bubbling, and as the bubbles come out, they turn into wasps. These nasty hornets.
Perfect. So when I spray the crystalline solution, do they, instead of coming out as regular hornets, do they come out as crystal hornets?
They do. They come out as these bastardized crystals. These demonic-looking bees with just nasty-looking things.
Okay. Picture time.
Yeah. So like really sharp, jagged-looking wasps.
Yeah. Okay. I push it through the portal.
You say anything?
I say, here's a little present for you, Miguel.
Okay. So you push it through, and you
Do
see
they
a couple
sound
of
like they're in pain?
the bees.
Yeah.
It honestly just sounds like bubbles popping, and no bees are coming out.
But because they're like talking, and I would hear them.
Oh, that's right.
Do they sound like they're in pain through the
One
transformation?
of the bubbles, it starts bubbling just before it goes through, and you hear one of them come out, and you hear it just this really high-pitched, angry yell, and it starts flying towards you to try to attack you. But it's not enough to do any damage. It's only one of them. So he pushes it through, Pivot.
Yeah.
And you see all the figures, the shadowy figures, move towards where it is, and all of a sudden they start flailing and running around and panicking and running out of view.
Cool. All right. I'm happy about that one.
I give you the thumbs up.
And I give it right back.
Best friends forever. They're
Okay,
the
so
best friends.
We're going to stop there because that was pretty cool, and I think this is a good opportunity for Brandy Jack. Did you want to say something?
I'm gonna take off my Brainy Jack hat for a second.
Sorry, I'm just into the
I'm
game.
a
I don't even know who you are anymore.
Too.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to say really quick because we're good bit into the show. First off, thank you so much to the people who have joined our group. We've had a ton of new members since we've been playing. Gerald, Cuba, Steven, Jonathan. Thank you guys all for joining. That's really cool. However, the one thing I did want to plug again is that next week we're going to be playing The End of the World instead of Numenera. It's a zombie RPG. These guys play their real-life selves. It's exciting. I'm going to be running it, so you know that I'm going to have an erection for the majority of the time.
You can always check out our previous games, too, if you're curious about what exactly it is.
Yeah, of course. The other thing I want to ask for anybody watching who's liking it, please do us a huge favor and like it on YouTube. If you can like us and maybe comment on the video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, that helps us out a lot because we love making these videos. We love playing every Wednesday night. We love playing with you guys. Or having you guys watching, and we want to continue doing it. And every like that you do just means that we get to do it for that much longer, and we can justify doing it instead of actual, real responsibility. because none of us like responsibility, especially Alex.
No, I hate it.
See? This is what he does. So please, if you're watching and you're enjoying, like the video on YouTube. If you have Twitter, follow us on Twitter. And share it with your friends. If you guys know, I know Bob, Aisha, you guys bring in Aisha's brother, who I wrote down the pronunciation of his name, Ramaya. We'll go with that. Well, but you guys like the show and you invited him to watch, and I think he's enjoying it now too. So if you know people who like it, please invite them. And we've built a nice little community here, and we want to keep it growing. So that's all my little thing is going to be. Please like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Justin's peeing, so actually it's a perfect time. Pivot's left in the cave. What happens now?
Actually, I also want to just say that I actually really like the way that our community is really welcoming to the new members, and that people are jumping on and saying hello, and I think that's really cool.
That's true. I've been in a lot of communities that are dicks. I'll say it. It's true. And I gotta say that we have a great community so far. Everyone is really communicative and accepting when people join and want to fill people in on stuff, and it's great. And I think that's such a great foundation to build it on, even if we are going to say shit, fucking boobs every once in a while.
Not boobs.
Well, that was actually the word of the day last time.
It was. And I'm a fan.
Who isn't?
I'm not gonna lie.
I think everyone respects them, even if they're not your forte per se. I think you can always respect the form in all of its glory. All right, enough from that. Let's go back to the game. I can hear Justin stirring, so there he is.
Okay, so Pivot, he joins back out with you guys in the hall as you're waiting for him, and he looks very satisfied about something. Kent Rockford says, I don't know which way to go. I've never been here before.
I will actually put Kent's arm around my shoulder and help him, because I'm sure he's having a hard time walking.
He took the pickaxe too, and he's using it kind of as a crutch as well. Yeah. He says, but there's usually a lift that'll take us right to the surface. We just need to find that, and we should be able to get out of here.
Now, have we bandaged his leg at all, or is it still like...
He was doing it himself. He's actually pretty, pretty self-sufficient type guy. So you're in the hallway and walking down, again, lined with the forces to keep the boulders and things away. Very ancient technology you're noticing, Shaz. Whatever this is, it has not been done by anyone from the Ninth World. It is a Numenera of sorts. Eventually, you find a T-junction that goes left and it goes right, and again forward as well. So just like a T-junction. Well, not a T-junction. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you have the option to turn left or right or continue on your way.
Is there any writing on the walls?
Yeah. Good. So you do occasionally see these glyphs, as it would be in other games, ancient language, and you can try to decipher what it says.
I will try and decipher what it says. At this point, the Yukon Conduit has worn off. My stats are back to their normal. I've got higher intellect. But let's apply some effort anyways.
Okay, do you have any abilities that would help this?
Yes, I have understanding and identifying Numenera.
I'd say that helps.
I'm trained.
Okay.
So using effort and using that, 6 is what I rolled.
So there's lots, but what you do manage to translate is Deus ex machina. We prepare for thee.
God in the machine. I would say from behind the wall. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Prepare for the machine?
No, Deus ex machina, we prepare for thee.
Okay.
Which I guess I'll translate even further is God from the machine, we prepare for thee.
Interesting.
It's a plot device used in like films and stuff like that.
That is what it has become, but before that it was just
yes.
God from the machine.
But that right now it's kind of like things that happen unexplained just to solve a problem, like the birds at the end of Lord of the Rings when they just fly in.
You find the shard right in front of you. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice.
Problem solved. Oh.
I convey this to the guys.
Yeah.
I say that, this is basically what it says.
And you find these every so often, like scratched into the surface of the walls.
And
or
what is
even
sorry.
Deus ex machina, we prepare for thee.
Mm.
The god from the machine, we prepare for thee.
Interesting.
So I also asked Kent, does he have any clue as to what they could be referring to?
He says, I've heard minor stories about the machines that are below the surface, and that what happens if the idea that one day a machine was so programmed so well and so intelligent that it too became a god.
Yeah.
Wives' tales.
I was in fear of that, actually.
I don't fear machines.
That
Sorry,
geometric-
Pivot.
That
Except for Pivot.
geometric guy is kind of intimidating when you say. You think he's getting too smart for his own good?
Who?
Geome Kittrick?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It does seem.
Either way.
Hey, I'm not against that. We've been pretty accepting of Geom Kittrick following his advice because he seems to be working towards an ultimate goal. But you have a pretty good point there, my friend. Maybe we should start playing a little closer to the chest.
Yeah, not a bad idea. What do you think, Shaz?
I tend to be more trusting, but in this situation, I mean, he is part machine too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Majority machine, I'd say.
Hell, they might be talking about Theric here.
Whoa. I don't think Theric's a threat.
You know what? I've seen the beast through that star-eating beast through the oculus.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an ulterior motive here, but I think we need to be wary of what could be down here.
Not about.
This would not be my first time being shunned and told to go.
No,
If you fear me, I will leave.
No.
Theric, how long have we known each other, man? We're not asking you to leave. I would trust you with my life as I do every day we leave and go in that field and save people. And I hope you do the same for me.
It was a joke. I was just joking. I don't actually think that you are.
You are not so different from me, Pivot.
I know, that's the joke.
Okay, while we're explaining jokes to Theric, we're gonna continue leaving because we gotta get Kent to Geom Kittrick to convince him of this so he can rally the miners. But what I'm gonna do, not for sake of story, but for sake of time in the world, I'm going to tell this to these guys to get him to him, and I'm gonna go to my girl who was also rallying the miners to see if she's done any legwork, and if anyone wants to come with me, I'd appreciate it.
Whoa. How are you going to get to the girl?
We need to get there first.
Yeah,
Well, we're going back to
Lost in the mine.
Are we
stuck.
lost?
Yeah,
you were stuck. Yeah, you were in
yeah.
a. You don't know where you guys are. You were in a mine.
Okay, so you're telling me Kent recognized the mine from a fucking 4x4 room, but he doesn't know the way out of it?
You recognize the fact that you're in a mine.
He
doesn't recognize the
mine.
mine.
He's like, I think we're in the mine that was closed off.
He
because
says
of
one
this.
of the mines that are closed off. He knows all the other mines so well that if he was in them, he would know exactly where he is.
But
The fact
conveniently,
that he
not
doesn't
this one.
recognize this room tells him that it's one of the other mines.
Preach, brother. Preach, GM.
All right, then we're gonna look for. I'm gonna do tracking. I'm gonna check the floor for scuffs. If it's dirt and dust, it's gotta have something. And I'm gonna get a 15.
You do recognize a few footprints in the ground to be lax, a small green-skinned poisonous reptile that often can be found throughout the Ninth World.
So, are they surface dwellers?
No, you have seen them on the surface, yeah.
I turn to Theric and I say, Theric, you're a nature buff. Do these lizards commonly come from above and they go below, or are they going below and staying below? If we follow these, are we running in circles?
I will do an intellect check to see if I know that or not.
I appreciate that.
Let me think about this.
I'm gonna start saying that in real life. I'm doing an intellect check.
I
failed. Oh, I failed again.
Because sadly, I don't know if I know this. Why, yes, they do.
Oh. All right. So.
You might have mixed them up with the pinata you're carrying.
Yeah.
Wow, my rolls have been so crap tonight. All right.
It's gonna get better. They're just gonna get better.
Brandon, Jack, you notice that they
I
do
will
tend
tell
to
you,
go.
as soon as we have a GM intrusion on this, how I feel.
So again, you notice that not again. You notice that the footprints tend to go. If you're facing down the hallway from your right and from your left, both those entrances, they seem to be running back and forth.
Back and forth?
Yeah, like some are going to your left and some are going to your right, as if and the creatures are coming in and out of this area.
Okay, so let's go straight. I don't know.
Sure. Let's say, Shaz, can I have you do a roll as you're walking past the openings?
Absolutely. 7.
Okay. You feel a little bit of fresh air on your right-hand side.
Yes. I think it's this way, guys. I feel a little bit of fresh air on my cheek.
Kent, he speaks up and goes, I feel it too. That must be the shaft.
Can I check with Borgle to see if Borgle has any idea? Maybe he read from the mines, or maybe he can read someone on the surface.
Borgle is getting nothing. He feels he's like, I've never been this far from people before. Aside from you.
Fine.
Cave,
I
but
take a piece of fruit from my poop donkey and I leave it in the middle of the floor.
Nothing happens.
How do you know the lizards are going to pass shortly?
You know that the poop donkey is only going to give another two fruits to you guys before it's given up giving you guys things.
Ever? That's it?
Yeah.
This is useless.
It's sorry. Is it 2 per party member?
I think
Yeah,
it's
it's 1 per party member.
Oh
No,
man.
2 for 1 party member.
Okay, so you actually have a few more. You have 6 more you can get from it.
Okay.
He will
Because I was
only-
going to use them as like a breadcrumb trail.
Yeah.
He will only give 1 snack per party member, and it will heal 2 health.
Ah, so there you go. So you only have
Oh, and it
2 more.
heals? Fuck that! I shove it back in the donkey.
You can still use it just because it's on the outside of it.
You keep it there. All right, then I say let's go to the air. Sure. I'm going to be marking the wall, however, with just my dagger every so often, so we know which direction we're going. I've played enough Minecraft to know.
You don't go very far, and you do come to a square opening. It looks like an elevator shaft that goes straight up and straight down, but hovering in the shaft is this sort of platform that you can step on. And Kent swears, son of a bitch.
Oh, we got a cat calls and alcohols.
Oh, everyone's drinking.
I need another drink.
Me too.
BRB.
I've been drinking without cats.
Side note, can I shove Borgle's brain into the donkey pinata?
Yes, you can.
Make it come
We have a
alive.
human friend!
Yeah, you go right ahead.
No, I
Brandy
won't.
Jack becomes our
Poor
first
brain.
room.
Hey, but no, that is a good point. We should be thinking about as a priority for the party. Forget about saving the world. We gotta make Borgle a party. We have to make him sentient.
Well,
we have to.
I'm definitely down for that.
So
'Cause
that Borgo can be like, I'm dying!
Yes. Danger! Danger!
I like Borgle. Borgle and me have gotten very close. However, I must say he doesn't seem to be too useful at right now. He doesn't
Not
really
yet.
do too much.
What are you talking about? He let you know that the guy was bluffing about his one last shot. That was pretty
True.
useful.
But
That
then
was-
the guy ended up trying to kill us anyway.
All right.
I
No,
guess
I'll tell Borgle that. I say, Borgle, you help us get out of this and save the world, and I promise you, I will get you a body, my friend.
Yeah, you start pulling your weight.
I weigh 1
Brain
pound.
weighs so little.
All right, so Kent is all pissed off because you notice after inspecting that this machine is missing a energy source. It's missing 3 pieces of shard that will power this thing, and they have to be substantial. Like it looks like it's got this bar that it needs these stones to fit in, and it looks like 3 pieces. And it says, this is an old piece of technology. We don't even use these anymore. But when we did, you always brought pieces with you. They must have been on the bodies of Chloris and Alec.
To Chloris?
Chloris? Clitoris.
Clitoris and Alec?
No, Chloris.
Oh, Clitoris and Alric. I got you. All right. Then, we threw their bodies into a thing, and then we threw a hive in after it, so I don't think that's going to work. Is there any other option, Kent?
It says, well, we can find some shards in this place, yeah.
Is that all we need, shards?
Yeah, we need some smaller ones. Obviously, nothing substantial like you're looking for. But
there were some that Theric found in the wall back at in the
those
room.
Those are just fragments. We need pieces. We need nuggets.
Great.
What'd you just call me?
Nugget.
Fragments. You're a real fragment. Okay, so I say, all right.
Nugget.
Bunch of fragments.
I say, okay, all right. So why don't you guys start looking for shards, and I'll try to tinker with this thing and see if I can make it work on less than 2.
You lazy.
Hey, it might help. If we only have to find 1 shard.
All right, I turn to Ken. I say, look, Ken, give us something. Is there some way that we can find this stuff faster? Is there a common ore vein? Do they run vertically? Give us something other than just randomly mining.
Sure. He's gonna just because I want to move things along. He says, when we began mining a new shaft not too long ago, we found certain, as if these places have been built from long ago. These shafts are Numenera themselves, and we don't know exactly how the shards are created, but we did find that exploring through the mines, we did come across some rooms that held shards and devices that were powered by them. That's where a lot of our technology comes from, a lot of the ciphers that we use. So I wouldn't be surprised if we found artifacts that were being powered by these shards, and we could harvest from there.
Perfect. That's a go for me.
And is there a way to sort of judge where they may be, or sense where they may be?
I'm not. I just dig. Shaz, he seems to know this type of thing.
Yes. And I think if I read these correctly, I'm going to try and read this again. And I think I might have better... No. I don't know what I'm talking about. I might. Do I?
No, but you do sense that there is Numenera in this place. And you think... if you continue the way you went, I think that would draw you closer.
Yes. So I believe my senses are telling me we continue the way we were going, and we'll be drawing closer.
Well done, Shaz. Saved us again.
Thank God to that holy man in the sky.
Yeah, we have that Nana who knows the world.
Okay, we're looking for 3 nuggets, okay? And based on the fact that we're only 2 guys in here, we were already tied up. It's probably not a great idea, but I'd say we split up into parties of 2 and try to search rooms. Especially if we're looking for... again, guys, end of the world.
You got us linked. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Tagged.
that's right. I can tag you guys as followers, too.
Yeah. So in that case, we'll just shout real loud if we're in trouble, and then the other guys will come running.
Yeah, and I also think that we can probably, not get too lost. We're adults. Just mark your walls. I'll use
my
X's.
walls.
Our walls, whatever. All right, so I would say let's split up. Who wants to come with me?
I will come with you, Randy Jack.
Theric called firsties. Me and Theric, and I throw an arm around Theric.
So I'll go with you, Shaz.
And I give a jealous look to Theric.
So I move over closer
Now,
to
is
Shaz,
Kent
and I
coming
give-
with us? Because I've been helping him walk. Sorry, Justin.
I'd
Okay.
say leave Kent here.
He might slow you down.
Yeah.
All right.
It's okay, Pivot.
It's okay. I move over to Shaz and I give Brandy a knowing look.
And I turn to Theric and I say, Pivot totally just told me that he's gonna fuck Shaz. No, I'm kidding. It's the friendship, it's the be safe look, which we've given each other many times when we watch each other back.
It's the I'm looking after your little brother right now.
But you didn't say that.
I didn't say that out loud.
No. All right, and then I give him the look and I kind of say, like, I'm trusting you. Mockingjay. All right, let's go. So we'll split up, and you can do. You might as well do Pivot and Shaz first.
Okay, so Pivot and Shaz, you come back to the hallway you were in, and you have the option to go straight back into the room that would have been the left as you're going down the hallway, or straight down the hallway and continue that way. Straight or right, basically.
We're gonna go straight. They'll go right.
Okay,
I'm dictating because I'm the lead. Go. You go there.
Whoa! Hold on. Before we go, what kind of ciphers do you guys have?
I have a pinata that poops fruit and a cloud seed. Anybody want to trade?
Wait, no, I got the cloud seed. You gave that to me. Do you want to bet?
If you feed the cloud seed to the pinata, you'll have a Skittle rainbow.
Did I give you the cloud seed?
You gave it to me because you had too much last time. I don't remember. Oh, it was the bee thing.
Yeah, the spray. No, I had the spray on hive and the cloud seed for a long time, so I must have picked something else up and I forgot about it. Oh, it was one of our special things. What was it?
You guys got some stuff from Jerome Kittrick last time.
Yeah.
Oh, Therix got those arms. Those
that's true. Yes.
Yeah, those Dr.
Those blade arms. Now he hasn't been using those, but
I picked up a thing though. I remember.
Those would have been so useful when you were crawling on the ground.
Oh man.
They weren't. Yeah. Well,
I forgot to write it down.
Darn it.
Okay, everybody who watched our show last week, I'm pretty sure I had a cipher. Remind me, because I forget and I need it probably. I'm sure I just didn't write it down.
And in terms of artifacts, we've got the Oracle, which allows us to microscope things, so that might be useful.
Yeah, Kent speaks up and says, you know what, I think I remember these machines, and there's some tinkering you can do and get an overcharge device from one of them, and he goes and pulls off a piece and hands it to one of you guys and says, here, this might come in handy.
Overcharge?
Explosive.
Yeah.
I'll take it, because I only have one thing apparently, and it's a pinata pooer.
It's food pooer.
It doesn't count as a cipher anyways.
That's not even a cipher, so I have no ciphers right now? Give me my cloud seed back.
Yeah, you can have it.
I'll take it back, because I already have it written down anyway.
So do you want the overcharge, or do you want me to take that? I might be able to tinker with it and make it...
Don't you already have an overcharge?
I gave it to Tusk.
Alright, you can have it back then. You can have this one, that's fine.
Alright.
But any other ciphers I call dibs, because I have one and it's a cloud, it's utterly useless, and I want to use something. But anyway, for sake of this, let's say if we remember the ciphers, we can trade them, but we'll move on for now, and we'll just pretend that we had traded ciphers if we want to at this point. Good? God forbid.
Okay, let's just move ahead. So the people who went straight out of this room, they come into an opening and a tunnel that looks like a mine that's been worked. Exploring the mine, you do come across a box, and the box is sealed electronically, and you feel that if you open up the circuitry, you can rewire it and it'll open for you. Who is in that room?
That's Harlan.
That was
Harlan.
It's you two.
It's us.
I believe I sent you guys a image.
Oh yes, I remember because I checked it on my phone. Everybody, I checked it on my phone, and this guy Chris sends us this thing beforehand, and he's like, literally what he said was so confusing to me. I had no idea what he was talking about. All he said was, "This is for tonight." And I read the email, and there was nothing in it. It just had a thing. Yeah, but because I'm on an iPhone, it didn't show up till the very bottom of the text, and I was like, "What are you talking about?"
This is for tonight. Do not try to understand it until I say.
Well, I don't
understand it.
Funny enough, that looks exactly like one of our newest members. Steven.
That's kind of mean, all right? That guy has, it's severe...
Let me show you exactly what I mean.
Actually, so
put that back up, Harlan.
Bring up the picture.
Oh, Stephen Williams.
Stephen.
Yeah.
BE Gaming, a quick shout out. BE Gaming, they run a podcast that I listened to just a couple nights ago, and they run Fate Core.
Oh, cool.
And they're using Fate over Star Trek.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's really great. It's a cool podcast. I suggest you download some episodes and listen to them on your long drives to work.
A few people in our group are huge Star Trek nerds.
Fans.
Well,
Fans.
I only kept it on you.
Okay, so Alex, let's have you keep that open because who's with the Brandy Jack?
It's Theric and I.
Theric and
So what I actually need you guys to do is open that file. Do you still have it?
I do. Yep.
And
You
what
sent me
this
a
is?
file?
Yeah, I sure did. It doesn't
put
matter
this on
who
Facebook?
opens it, but
Doesn't matter.
basically, each of these are outlets for circuitry, and you need to connect the red outlets and the blue outlets and the black outlets. Unfortunately, if you have any of the wires touch, it'll short circuit and it doesn't work. So you actually have to create a line of wire from one red to the red, blue to the blue, black to the black without it touching.
Ah. Does it have to be a straight line?
It does not.
Okay. So only one line, eh?
One
All
line
right,
from each.
Well, we'll figure that out. Why don't you go to them in the meantime?
Excellent, thank you. So let me go back to my map. This is confusing me. Okay, so you guys decide to continue the path that you were going, and coming to where the walls actually stop, and you come into this huge, massive opening, darkness everywhere, except for the glow from the little shards that are speckling the walls everywhere. And it is this bridge, this long bridge that traverses this canyon, this dark canyon. And you hear fluttering going over your head. Looking to your left, you see another bridge. And what looks like where the bridges would have connected across is rusted out in a big hole. To your right, you see another path that goes into another opening. On the other bridge, to your left again, you see these automatons. And they're all standing there with their arms outstretched, very still. And all of a sudden, you see them grab something from the air. It's writhing in their hands, glowing that same color as the shard. Holding it to its chest, it walks over to the opening and jumps straight down. You follow it with your eyes, looking down, and at the very base of the canyon, you see this massive turning turbine with lava flowing into it, and the android just falls into it and melts, and it gets sucked to the middle of the turbine, and eventually another android comes out and takes its place.
And I say under my breath to Pivot, we prepare for thee. Right?
Yeah, and I crack my neck.
The robot gods, android gods, underground.
So those guys, they're coming from a hole on the opposite side of the bridge?
Sorry. Again, I will clarify. So you're in this big canyon. You guys are crossing a bridge in the canyon.
Yeah.
And there's another bridge parallel to you that crosses the bridge further up with entrances on either side. And these androids keep coming out of one side, lining themselves on their bridge, and arms outstretched, keep grabbing these creatures flying overhead that you heard fluttering. And when they get them, they dive down into the turbine.
So,
And I scratch my head and I say, Shaz, this is your territory. Do you understand what's going on?
yes, I see that they're feeding the bats, the creatures, to the machine.
Okay.
So it's probably better that we don't be noticed here, because
Do you know what the machine is? Do you know what its source is? What do you know about this machine here?
Well, I know that
It's
I'm gonna
beyond.
roll.
It's beyond Shaz. It is a ancient
Yeah.
Numenera from worlds past. You just know that this very archaic machine is using the creatures being caught as a source of energy. And although the automatons are being melted again, they seem to be just going back into the system.
Yeah, and I say to Pivot that you know those hieroglyphics we saw back there? They are all referring to this machine. So I think if we're quiet enough, I don't know. Do you think we should pursue crossing this bridge to see what's in the next room, or do you think
while they decide, do you want to jump back to us, or
Have you guys finished it?
finish their conversation? Yeah, I think we have it, but let them talk for a few minutes more and then jump back to us.
Yep. Okay. So again, just to be clear, there's a room straight ahead of you.
Yeah.
There is a room to your right. If you traverse another bridge that kind of goes slightly to your right, the bridge kind of continues to your right and then goes into another room across the way.
Okay.
It's very tricky. So you have these two parallel lines,
Yeah.
and one bridge connects the parallel line. Another bridge comes down from it and goes out here into another room. And there's a room that the top parallel line keeps feeding automatons.
But we can't get to that bridge because it's been broken in the middle, the access.
That's right. You could make a leap to try to get across.
I don't know if I want to get into contact with those automatons.
Do I have this right?
You have it. Yeah, we'll say that's right.
We're like on the middle one here.
So we can go.
And you just came from an opening. So
can
that
go-
bottom room, Alex,
Yeah.
the bottom room there, have it go to the other side. Yeah, that's better. Okay. No. Okay, that works.
Okay, but we're
That'll
on the
work.
other side.
That'll work.
Okay, so pick a room, Shaz. Your choice.
That's
Right?
better. Yep.
So I'm thinking we go to that room, the bottom one, not the one where the automatrons are coming out of,
Okay.
but because the bridge is still intact and we can just walk there, right?
That's
Yeah.
right.
So we
Now, the part of the
sneak
bridge
in
you're
there.
on does look a lot more solid. The other ones that kind of go bisecting it do look a little bit more rusted, and that's why part of it has fallen through. Now, are you
Watch
curious
your
about...
step.
Every now and again, you have this creature fly by you, and it does glow the same as a... occasionally has a glow very similar to a shard, and you get the impression that there are thousands of them flying by just outside of in the darkness, but every so often one looks lighted up and goes across.
All right.
So maybe
I
these
say to
ether
Shaz,
shards.
keep low. And where are they going? We can't really see where they're going, eh?
They just seem to be flying through this big opening canyon.
Okay.
Do I know what these are? Because what I would probably collect just from seeing them is that they are some sort of animal that eats the shards.
I'm going to show you in a second. We're going to go back to the other group. Brandy Jack, do you think you have a solution?
Yes, we do. And as Theric and I are toiling over this, Theric points with his big fat finger and goes, "There." And I go, yes, I saw it too. And I connect a lot. And our solution is for your approval on the Facebook wall because my screen share is not working for whatever reason.
Mike, is your share working?
Nope. I don't even
All
know
right.
how. So here.
Let's,
Mine is here.
Oh, he did it right there.
okay. Let's see. Okay, a little bit. Stop. Perfect. So none of the wires are crossing, but you do manage to connect all the circuitry, and the box opens up, and you do see a pile of very small shards and one nugget that is substantial enough to work. And you actually find 1d6 ciphers in there.
I'll roll.
That's good because I've been rolling like crap.
Well, so have I. But two's not bad because there's two of us.
All right, so let's have you do another roll to see what cipher you got.
A 1d20?
Yeah, let's do 1d100.
What? 55, baby. 55.
55. So you find two of them. Let's go back to the other guys.
Sure.
Yeah, well, I look up what those are. So 55.
55.
Ooh, that's fun.
I
You
like
got a... Oh, that's hard. Let's see here.
What I get?
This
Tell
is
you in a
fancy.
second.
Look at this. Drum roll this.
Wait for anticipation.
It's called a teleport trap.
Oh, a teleport trap. I love the sound.
Yes. I'm almost there. Teleport trap. When the device is active, it's a paper-thin, flexible synth synth disc that size of a plate. When the device is activated, the next person to touch the disc is teleported to a spot designated by the user, up to a long distance away. The destination must be a place known to be open. The target cannot teleport into solid matter, but it could be 100 feet away, in the air, at the bottom of a deep pool, or a similarly inhospitable place. And the other one you got is, I'm going to just randomize it, Stone Guts. It's a pill, ingestible liquid. Anytime within 1d6 hours after activating the device, the user can vomit the contents of his stomach anywhere within immediate range. The liquid hardens to the consistency of concrete within a few seconds of being exposed to air. The amount of vomit is enough to cover a human-sized creature. A covered target cannot move until it breaks free, or someone else frees it by shattering the rock-like shell. The difficulty of this task is equal to the cipher level, which you would roll 1d6.
Awesome. I dibs the teleporting plate, and I think the rock stomach's perfect for you.
Again, this is a fantastic item to have if you are a DM or GM, especially in the system, because I can look up, and those are awesome. I enjoy them a lot better than the ones that are in the core book alone. The core book's great, but a lot better choices in there.
What's that one called?
That one is Stone Guts.
Oh no, the compendium.
Sorry, it's the Technology Compendium by Sir Arthur's Guide to the Numenera. So Numenera.
Cool. Well, I'm happy with mine, and I high-five Theric.
Okay, so back to Shaz and Theric. You guys are going to join up eventually.
Theric, you're apparently over there now.
I'm very quick.
Pivot.
So, Pivot and Shaz. What are you guys going to do?
We make our way to the south room, the lower room, I guess. Keeping low. Are we there already or no?
Yeah.
Well, actually, on
the
way, I would like to try and capture one of these flying animals.
I'm actually going to use an intrusion.
Oh.
And one of the animals is going to hit you right in the chest. And it is enough to knock you, and you are going to fall to the point where you're dangling over the edge, hanging on. You stumble back, and you're hanging onto the bridge.
Me or Pivot?
You, Shaz.
Shit.
I'm picking on you today.
First, I give that's okay. First, I give an XP to Pivot here with me.
Ooh,
yep.
Yeah.
So I'm hanging there.
Yep, and down below you is molten metal and this gear is grinding up and just chewing up everything and sucking in the molten.
I'm curious though. This didn't mean to hit me. It wasn't an intentional hit.
No, it's just like flying in the darkness.
That's
exactly.
what I'm thinking.
And I'll show you what it is that hit you.
Okay, cool. It's like this. My accent. Oh, wow, cool. Weird. It's got like a snout.
Well,
looks like a nasty little thing, eh? But no big teeth. That's always good.
Unless
so
it's like a mosquito.
I say,
so you're
Pivot, help me up.
All right, so I reach down and I, with my metallic arm, I grip his wrist.
Yep.
And I pull him up.
Okay, we're gonna have to do a roll for that.
Might.
Yes, sir.
And I will use effort because this is Brandy's special package here.
Not just a friend of yours?
That's cute. Brandy's special package.
If that was yeah. I mean, that's why I'm using effort.
That's also what Brandy Jack calls his penis, FYI.
No.
Brandy's special package.
All right, using effort.
Are you ready for a delivery?
Lowered it 1 tier.
Okay.
Well, he's just pulling me up. He's strong though, right?
Yeah. So is that your roll there? Is the 8?
That's my roll, and yeah, that's all I got.
Sticking to it.
Yeah, you're fine. You pull him up.
Sweet. There you go.
You managed to get him up.
No.
All right, so you managed to get into the creature kind of staggers and flies away again.
We high five better.
And you hear the fluttering going by.
Try to grab it. Is it glowing?
You can make it. It's not glowing.
Okay. No, I don't bother.
But I am going to attempt to capture one using my mental abilities. A glowing one.
Oh, it would be such a shot in the dark. You don't even see it going by. You just see these streaks of light going by.
Okay. So
occasionally, like
shot in the dark.
it's like a shooting star. Every minute or so, one happens.
But these automatrons, they're like able to capture these things.
Yeah, they're doing it regularly. Every so often, that one hits them, it captures it, and jumps off the edge.
Huh.
All right, so let's go forward.
So you move into the room.
Stay low.
And in the room, you see, coming from the ceiling, what looks like roots draped down in the middle of the ceiling. And every other root, every other hairy root, has at the end, looks like a shard attached.
Oh, no way.
Be careful, Shaz.
Any big ones?
There's some definite nuggets on there for sure.
All right.
What'd you call me?
Try to grab one with your mental.
I already made that joke.
I know. Try to grab one? Maybe if I stand up on your shoulders, we can reach them. Are they reachable by hand?
You know what? I don't know.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can definitely reach them. Some are getting close. They're draping down so much that it almost looks like are inches off the floor, some of them.
Maybe I'm being overly cautious, Shaz. But I don't know if we should try to touch these things. If you can use your mind powers to get them to us, that might be ideal, because it looks like a trap. If I was a plant and I was trying to snare someone, this is how I'd do it.
Good point. That might be something valid to think about. So I'm thinking, why don't we look around? Is there any sticks on the ground? Anything that we could like reach up and
do a spot check?
Yep. Spotting.
Spotting.
4.
There doesn't seem to be anything in the room that you can access.
Aren't you telepathic?
I am. But, oh yeah, I suppose I could try and pick one from the bottom of the root. So yeah, I will. I'll try and use my telepathic abilities to pick one of these shards from the root. Like an apple from a tree. And 13.
So, because your cantrip is not necessarily made to do like a tug of war type thing,
right?
You can't quite pull it away. It is attached very sturdily.
But the plant is not reacting in any way.
No, you see one of the tendrils kind of pull forward as you're pulling on it, and it just droops down after a second or two.
I turn to Pivot and I say, I don't know if this is really a trap. I think there's something that the plants above it are clearly getting something from these shards. I think we could just pull it. This might even be a way out.
All right. So I step to one of the bigger shards.
Yep.
And with my metallic arm, I grab onto it and try to pluck it like an apple.
As soon as you touch it, it lifts you up into
the
rest of the root system, and it starts whipping you with the shards and trying to pull you apart. And you notice below you that there is nothing but blood and remains of creatures down below. Looks like some green lizard skin and things like that down below. So we're going to go ahead and it's going to make an attack on you, Justin. So if you could roll a defense roll.
Oh my god.
Okay.
You called it. I'll just say it right now. You called it.
I'll do. I'm here for you, man.
I told you, son of a...
I told you, motherfucker. All right. I'm gonna use. I'll say I've got might defense, so I'm using that instead of speed defense, and I will apply effort. Okay, so it's down 2 tiers, but I got a 6.
Okay, so it does. It's down 2 tiers. So it still does damage to you. It's piercing type damage as it's whipping you. Is that piercing? I don't even know if that's piercing. Cutting damage.
It's like spanking him?
It's like
whipping. It's like Ninetales. You gotta think it's like a bunch of Ninetales just whipping you with these ends with shards on it.
Ah, okay.
So you were gonna go ahead and take 3 points of damage, and you can reduce it by your armor class.
I can?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was piercing.
It is, in the sense that it's just, yeah, you can reduce it by your armor class. It's whipping you.
Okay, so I don't take damage.
Okay.
Sweet. So I'm doing this, and okay. So is it pulling me anywhere, or is it just lashing?
Oh yeah, it's just trying. It's hanging on to you. It's grappling with you. It's trying to tear you apart. But it's.
Right. Is there anywhere that I can punch?
No. It's like, think of it like as a bunch of like hairs almost.
Yeah.
Some are thicker than others, but it's more like hair.
All right. Well, that seems like a good cliffhanger for my character. Why don't we go to?
Let's go back to Brandy Jack and.
I picture we're just kind of like, even though we're not there, I feel like we're wearing women's clothing, just like trying it on, like a mirror. I don't know. What do you think there? How does this look on me?
I'm all jazz hands and hot pants after work.
You guys come to that bridge, that same bridge, and you see the same things as they saw before.
Are they following us now?
They are following the same path. They don't know which way you went. They know, however, that this bridge that they are on, they're now standing on the bridge.
Can we not hear, I guess, like
Screams?
Kerfuffles?
No.
All you hear is the birds going overhead, the creatures going overhead, and the grinding down below. They're too far away.
And we're also not. We're not making much noise. We're trying to be quiet. I think, anyways.
So again, can we check for, like, is it too hard, or can we check for footprints to see which way they went?
Yeah, you can try.
Yeah, we can.
I'll let you do it. You got that.
You can just use his tag and kind of walk towards him.
Well, that's true too.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna use my follower
Because
tag.
I continue to roll like crap, so.
All right, so eventually you guys figure out which direction to go. You follow towards where Pivot and Shaz is. You walk in and you see Pivot off the ground, grappling with this root system, and Shaz kind of looking really apologetic.
And I put my hands in my suspenders and I go, so, what do we got here?
We're going to end there for the night.
I'm so sorry.
The intellect.
All right, so we'll end there for the night. We're going to end there.
Good. Sounds good.
All right.
Excellent. Yes.
Good ending. I'm excited.
Thank you.
Yes, let's do the fake clap.
Thank you, Chris.
And
First
thank you,
and
everybody,
foremost-
for watching.
Well, that's the thing. First and foremost, thank you so much to Chris, our GM. You have provided us with fantastic content for the story so far, and I, for one, am excited to see what continues on. So thank you so much, Chris. Let's give you a fake round. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to our viewers. Again, like I said, you guys make this so much more fun, because otherwise it would just be 5 people sitting around a camera on a Wednesday night with really nothing to do. And that just, there's a fine line between pathetic and what would be actually interesting to do. So I hope it comes off as the latter.
Thank you for making us less pathetic.
Yes, that's exactly it. Like I said, please, if you enjoyed this, and we know there's so many of you who hopefully do, go on YouTube and give us a quick thumbs up. I know it's pandering, but it works, so what can I say? We would appreciate that very much. Again, tomorrow morning we're going to post a new poll with a bunch of new suggestions for next week. Now, next week's poll, however, is going to be for the end of the world. Because as we know, next week is the end of the world. Chris will not be joining us next week. He's going to be in
Montreal.
With his family.
Montreal.
Same difference. Montreal, Mexico.
Montreal is in Canada.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Montreal is in Mexico. Anyway, so he's not going to be with us next week, but I'm hoping the 4 of us will be back. I'll for sure be here. Justin for sure will be here. I'm not too sure. Alex wants to be here, so we'll see if he wants to. And Mike is nodding, so I'm assuming it's going to be us 4. I might do a continuation of last week's game, or last month's game when we did the end of the world, because I know a few people want to see the end of that, so I might do that. Anyways, that's next week, and the post
Chris,
tomorrow.
just assume you're dead.
Yeah, I was just assuming that. Well, I'll have Alex replace you. No, I'll kill you. It's the end of the world. You'll die. And so we're going to be doing that next week. After that, we're back on Numenera. So come back and come back new. And Aisha and Bob, I think they said they're going on vacation.
Yeah, have a good trip.
Have a good trip, guys. Yeah.
I'm going to Indiana.
For 2 weeks.
Yeah,
2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
That's a Total Recall reference, and if you don't know it, you should. But again, thank you to you guys, especially you guys are some loyal viewers. We have some fantastic guys who are always back. Jason Randall was one of our first, and we haven't heard from him in a while, so I hope he's doing all right, Jason.
Hope everything's okay.
What's that?
Yeah, I do. I hope everything's okay.
Yeah.
Probably
Other
working
than that-
night shift.
I'm going to do one last little tidbit of titillation. After, as many of you might know, after this series is complete of Numenera, we're going to be starting a new series. Now, some of you loyal watchers might know what that series is going to be, but for those of you who do not know, we're going to be running Call of Cthulhu. Call of Cthulhu is a horror, atmospheric, monstrous, in fact, I'll even go black and white for it, a really dark and dreary game. And part of that, I wanted to post a quick little trailer for Call of Cthulhu that I put together to hopefully hype you guys up. I'm posting that right now to the Facebook stream, so if you haven't seen it yet, please go watch it, and you haven't seen it because I haven't shown anybody. Finally, that's it for me. I thanked everybody I wanted to thank, and I have congratulated everybody I want to congratulate. See, Justin's got the right mode going on, the darkness. That's how we do it.
Nice.
And then the scream echoes in the back. Anyway. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to see you next week, and we will
See you around the table.
see you around the table. Goodbye, everybody.